check.
Oh, 600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
All right, folks, enjoy the show. Stay tuned.
Check.
Morning Mayhem
Starts now.
with David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore. Live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Two things you need to know. I'm the king. And number two is, look out, man. Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man. And only two kinds of people know. Who's that? The Chinese and the king. And one of them is me.
Should have speaker out here. Good Lord. Do we have a radio? These guys can hear out the. We don't do that. We don't turn that. Yeah. It won't get enough feedback, I don't think.
I don't think so.
There's a radio.
Might be a little delay, but that's all right.
Hey, it's 609. It's what? Let's go. Move it.
Get that guy on that. Move it.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Baby.
Not worried about your mustache and read the rule book.
There's a ton of great mustaches around
It's a
this
great
place.
mustache, Steve. It's your first Los Angeles here. Just a second. We'll cue you up.
Just walk and come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Everybody say Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
That's right.
One more time.
Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me is saying it. You may hear it. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
That's right. Clear that throat.
Let's go to the phone. Rainwater.
What's that bulge in his pocket?
Hey, Randy, it's his axe. What's wrong with you, freak?
Okay. All right, one more time. Here we go.
Los Angeles.
There we go. That's right.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Holy mackerel. Roger, good morning, everybody. It's 6:10. We've been doing this show, 20, I've been doing it 22 years. You've been in the business for a long time, too, but we've done it. This is the first.
It's the first.
First ever live from a firehouse.
Yeah. It's we get to go on field trips, and that's what this was yesterday.
Yeah, holy cow.
We've learned a lot.
We're going to have a fun show today. We're here in Russellville at the Russellville Fire Department. It's the Central Fire Station, station number 1. I'm going to visit with a lot of the outstanding men that are here, and we got a chance to take a big dose of it yesterday. It was a big dose for us for them. It was like you guys did about 5 minutes worth of activity. And Josh, everything's back in the studio. Are we good?
Yeah, we're up and running.
Awesome. If you'll go to Facebook, we just posted some pictures from our day yesterday, and then I just put a couple on Twitter. But it's a new perspective, Roger, a new respect after what we did yesterday. At first, to say Steve Perry. Steve, thanks so much. You're the one. When I threw this out there a long time ago, 4 or 5 months ago, I think you were the only one. No Little Rock, no North Little Rock. Maybe they were wise to say there's, we don't know if we handle those boys, but you were the first to reach out and say, hey, we want you to come in, and your official title is Chief of Special Operations in EMS.
That's correct.
And how many years you been in the department?
I've only been here since September of 2022.
How long you been a fireman?
1993.
Yeah, 1993. Yeah, it is spectacular. Roger, do you still smell a little smoky?
Yes, I do. I think it should be a new cologne.
I wear it with a badge of honor.
Absolutely.
Yesterday we went out and did some a little bit of training, basic training, and what did we officially do yesterday? What was it qualified as?
Well, the first thing we made you captain of the day.
Thank you,
Captain Bazzel.
Thank you.
Engineer Scott's supposed to be calling you that today.
Yes, Engineer Scott.
I have not mentioned him or said anything to him today other than, good morning.
It should have been good morning, Captain.
It should have been, and I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize, Captain Bazzel.
Thank you, Engineer Scott. If you go to our webcams, you'll see us wearing our Russellville Fire Department hats. We need to get one for Josh. Take back to Josh.
Yeah.
I don't wear hats. Give me a shirt.
Wow. You know,
Well, it's just I don't want him to give me something that I won't wear.
That's all right. That's all right. You know what? No hat for Josh, everybody. He's not a hat guy.
I forget that you don't wear hats. I mean, don't you ever put on a hat for anything?
No.
Nothing?
No, why would I mess up his beautiful hair?
No jeans and no hats.
Well,
for
I just
Josh.
wanted to say so everybody got to watch you all waste taxpayer money with the police, and they said, you know what, we want one more shot of that. Let's go waste it with the fire department now.
Did we? What have we done with the police?
Remember when you all did the pit? You all did the pit maneuver.
You were going to piss me off this early in the show.
You're talking about
I thought it would have been
Do you
at
all
least an
remember?
hour or two.
Do you all remember when y'all went up?
Police.
State
police.
Y'all went up in the helicopter, and everybody was like, "That's cool. Why are y'all wasting taxpayer money to go up in the helicopter?"
Because listen, that's exactly right,
Guys,
Steve. Why
I'm
would
kidding.
you want to have us out here? We obviously wanted to be, but why would you want to have us out here?
Well, there's several reasons, but the first would be obviously to promote the fire department.
Yeah.
We want everyone to know, especially all these young men and women that are looking for a career.
Yes.
We want them to know how awesome the Russellville Fire Department is.
You guys, let me tell you, you guys have a great fraternity, and I know you have a female firefighter as well, and so, but fraternity, sorority, whatever you want to call it, it's a great group of folks. Very dedicated, it's not an easy lifestyle. Josh, last night we had 2 calls while we were here. One was a fire alarm that went off in a commercial building, turned out to be a false alarm, and then about 3:45, the alarm went off, and that was for some transport issue.
Did you all get to go?
No, we could have, but we just it was so close to the show.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think maybe Pat Bradley actually called it. It was going to be a lift assist in the middle of the night.
A lift assist. What does that mean?
Well, just a citizen that is probably fallen, or they can't get out of a situation that they're in. It may be the shower, it may be a chair. And they sit there long enough, and they think, I'll call the fire department to get some.
Yeah, and we learned a lot yesterday. One of the things we learned that every firefighter is a EMT.
Right.
And so not every EMT is a firefighter. And, there are people who want to just do EMTs and be in ambulance services.
Right.
You guys have ambulance service out of the same facility.
Right. So we have a fire-based EMS model, response model. We do 911 transports only.
Yeah.
We don't do inter-facility transfers like private ambulance services. So if you pick up the phone, call 911 inside the city limits of Russellville, the fire department will be the one that responds.
I just wonder if you ever can have a decent night of sleep knowing that the thing's going to go off at any moment. Because we heard it go. Did you hear it go off, Roger? Or did you sleep through it?
No. What are you nuts?
Well, I don't know. You sleep pretty hard.
Well,
and
listen. It's right there.
You can't hear sometimes that
So now you want to jump on the Josh bandwagon.
I was outside your door and I was going.
Well, now listen, I had noise cancellation earplugs in at that time, but I didn't for that. No, I heard it, and I could hear them say. I didn't hear. I heard lift. I'm not sure, but I knew it was non-emergency. Right. Where not that they didn't still bolt out in here. They
John said. You said, "Hey, do you want to go?" Yeah, you were already in your gear. We opened the door at the same time. I said, we're pretty close to showtime. I'll just let you go ahead and handle it. But, he was dressed, ready to go, boom, walk out the door.
Well, when I saw him, he'd already been gone and back.
Yeah,
they'd already done that.
So here's the crazy thing, Josh.
And everybody is wanting the hat that Josh has refused with glowing respect is what they want.
So here's what's crazy. I told the guys, Josh, we get service, Steve, every day, radio service that gives us things that are happening that we need to be aware of. They always have these polls. So I kid you not, today's poll is, do you have one of the toughest jobs in America? According to the votes, here are the top 10. And you know what number 1 is? It is firefighter. Even with our gear on, the heat, you stand up, it's just.
Well, you guys did a phenomenal job pulling that pre-connect and Engineer Scott makes a good nozzleman.
He did, Josh. He nozzled.
A nozzleman.
He nozzled out the fire.
But he did that under the direction of a good captain.
That's exactly right.
Listen, I thought I was in a haunted house. We kept turning corners. I was like,
I did too. I thought it was. I thought it was.
Put it
too.
out, Roger. Put it out. Let's go.
I can't find it.
That hose was turning around.
Oh,
that hose has some power to it, didn't it?
It has a lot of power. And once again, I'd like to say to my wife, good morning. And I respect you more now. No, listen, if anything, we always had respect for the firemen and policemen and everybody that does what they do. And when we actually, and we can say and we can hear everybody talk about that's not a fireman or in this biz say, they're the guys that run to the fire and they run to the problem and all that. But until you do it, you really don't even know how much. You could just do what we did, and you'll have a newfound respect for it because of all the equipment. Now, they said we had on all the equipment, but we didn't have tools.
That's
and
right.
we didn't go upstairs. We didn't do all that.
My gosh.
We weren't looking for a body. We weren't circling the house to make sure the gas was off. We weren't the first unit in. That's why last night when the fire alarm was pulled, we were the second unit. We didn't pull we didn't run our lights or our siren or anything like that. We were going to assist and the second one on that. So to find out some of the things that are going on, I mean, there's no way you can appreciate it until you actually do it.
Yeah, I think so too.
And again, that one thin layer that covers our, that covered over our gas mask.
Your Nomex hood.
That was it. That was what protected our ears.
Every
and that's
inch,
800 degrees in there. And
every inch is covered up, and I can't imagine doing this with 100-degree temps or 20-degree either one.
We did have a good day yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good day. Oh, listen, I think I'd have really been in trouble if Josh, I could not even get. They made us get on. Hey, you got to get low. So I went to one knee. I couldn't put down both these guys with my knee replacement, and then I couldn't get up with the weight of the tank. Help! Get me up!
Well, that's when Engineer Bazzel come in and did the lift assist.
Engineer Scott, yes.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
He had to save Captain Bazzel.
I had to save him.
That was a rescue.
Not the first time.
Scott got a rescue yesterday. First time in. Rescue.
So
and before we go on, let's just make sure we go on. They're not paid enough.
Boy, you are
and
not.
We're going to talk to you. We'll let you know about some of the other things that go on here. They're not paid enough. They're just not. And that's not them saying it. They have not said one word about it. I'm just looking because I am very frugal with my money. And just like if you've got kids, folks, if you've got kids and you put them in daycare, you have diapers, wipes, all kinds of stuff that you have at your house for your kid. And then you also have to send them to the daycare unit, so you're double paying. They have to pay for their food here. They use their own money. They all pull their money together and do all that. So they got to buy food at home. They got to do it here. I just cannot believe it. And I'm sure there's somebody smarter than me that'll tell us why that's the case. I don't know if with all the things that we see money going to, for you guys not to have a stipend for food to come, even if it's $1,500 a month, I don't know what it is. That's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. You're just not paid enough for what you do. And you didn't get in here for the pay. You didn't do it for the money. You did it because of a servant's heart.
It's a different lifestyle. It is. And it takes a unique individual to do it and family to deal with it. We'll be talking about this all day today here. We'll, obviously on Tuesday we'll visit with John Daly today, brought to you by Moe's. We'll have him at 7:30. We're going to move Rick to 8 o'clock, and we'll play a little Family Feud. I know that you've got somebody here on your staff.
Yeah, we got a couple of guys I think will be perfect fits for Family Feud. They may even be family.
And the crazy story, if you've missed it, that the young lady who had the ball taken away from her, the Bree Ellis home run ball at UCA a few weeks back, her 21st home run, because that's what UCA does. They collect balls, home run balls, and
U of A does that too.
Yeah, who's that?
U of A, all teams do that. All college softball teams.
Are you sure U of A does that?
That we already talked about. Yes, they do.
Did you confirm that?
Yep.
You confirmed that?
Yes. Somebody said if you.
Somebody said we don't know that for sure.
We had multiple people.
No, we don't know that. We don't know U of A does that for sure. We need before we do that. But listen, I nothing against UCA for doing that. That's what they do. But the young lady, the folks out there didn't know that. So the young lady was upset, and so Bree Ellis said, "Oh no, we'll get her a ball." So we got her a ball sign. And I got a Bree Ellis poster, and to come to find out, her dad is a chief here.
That's unbelievable.
So he's one of our captains.
He's
going to be playing Family Feud.
He's the one who gets to play family.
He's also going to help out with the morning breakfast for Captain Bazzel and Engineer.
Wow, he's Andrew White, right?
Yep, Andrew White.
Yeah. So I wish a young lady could come by, but we'll make.
She's in school.
That's exactly right. Well, yes. You know what, teacher? Let her out. By the way,
you know what? It's Teacher
Today's National Appreciation Week and Day. Today is National Teacher Appreciation Day.
Yeah,
we're just celebrating all the heroes in our community.
Well, you know what? Dee Dee in Avabella, which is where we'll be Friday, she has texted me. She did yesterday and asking me to give a gift of some kind to a teacher.
Yes.
And maybe we can do that for a teacher. In the next several days, maybe somebody could,
or if we want to, we announced yesterday the Dardanelle school districts are deserving dozen, and we do have a teacher in that. So, whatever we want to do. If you haven't seen that too, we've got
of the 12.
Well, I know. There's only one teacher though. If you want to do just a teacher.
Oh, there's only one teacher.
Only one teacher.
In that 12,
or bus drivers, cafeteria workers, all those kind of things.
Teachers.
Yeah, matter of fact, too, we're right next to the Dardanelle School District. We're not far.
Yeah, just across the river.
Yeah, we're right across the river. So we put that on Facebook. So congratulations to all them. Thanks to Joe Klein, who's going to serve them Corky's, and Greg Hatcher, who was providing transportation. We're going to limo all them up and back. And
Steve Qualls.
And Steve Qualls for giving them T-shirts, Morning Mayhem T-shirts.
And Steve, thank you. I'll get the list of all the fellas and the lady here. We'll get all shirt sizes so we can get them Morning Mayhem shirts as well, Steve. Thank you very much. And put that on the Underhill account.
And we'll talk about some of the news stories. I will say this right off the bat. Joe Klein, I saw Sully put a stat last night, 45 missed threes. The Boston Celtics missed 45 three-pointers last night. Josh, I don't know if you watched the game or not, but
I did. Second.
I mean, they end up losing. They were down 20. They come back to beat the Celtics, New York Knicks. The Knicks do 108 to 105 in overtime. I mean, that's in Boston.
43
too.
in a row.
What? Say that again.
43 in a row. John Goodman said Jeff Goodman on Twitter said they missed 43 three-pointers in a row.
Well, now I didn't see that. That's almost. I mean, that's hard to believe that you can miss 43 shots, 43 three-pointers, 43 anything in a row. I thought they missed 43 for the night.
They missed 45 on the night, I believe.
Okay, wow, that is crazy. Also, we'll talk about some of the other sports of the day that we didn't get to yesterday, a couple of interesting things. I did see now, did you, Josh, we talked about the poll yesterday, and somebody put out a poll on the baseball team that the one you sent us, I think we were ranked 6th. Sully said that we were ranked 2 in one poll. Is that right? I know there's
the two I use are Baseball America and D1Baseball.com. So on Baseball America, Arkansas was number 3 when I checked yesterday. Texas was 2, Georgia was 1. D1 Baseball did not have their poll out when we did our show yesterday.
And when they did, then did you send that? It had us like 6 or 7, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Dave Van Horn talked about it, Roger, yesterday in the Squatters meeting. I talked about how difficult it is for these polling folks to get it right because everybody's beating everybody. Anyway, we'll break that down a little bit. We'll have Justin Moore on to talk about the big weekend we had over the weekend with the Hawks, since we haven't had him on. Roger, what about the mustaches we saw yesterday and today?
I'm telling you, I want to find out more about it. Listen.
I mean, is that a fireman mustache?
No, I'll tell you what, it's Tombstone mustaches is what
it is.
They
said Tombstone was their movie here.
Is that right? Tombstone's a movie?
Somebody said
These
that
are
yesterday.
Great mustaches. I couldn't have a mustache like you if I started when I was 7. And I still wouldn't be here with that thing.
It's big, it's thick.
That is outstanding. No, that is good. They are fantastic. I even saw, where's the 24-year-old kid here yesterday? He started on one. I forgot. I say kid. He's 24.
Your cook yesterday, your chef yesterday.
Oh, yeah, Blake has a really nice.
Blake has a good. He's young. How old is he?
Blake is probably 26 or 27.
Yeah, okay, there was a younger guy.
He was the catcher at Tech.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, so Blake had an interesting story. He was a catcher at Tech, graduated, moved back home to Arizona, missed Arkansas, and come back and went to work for the fire department.
How about that?
Yeah, no, listen, they're fantastic stashes. And I'm sorry we don't have the speaker out here, guys. We should have had the speaker out here.
How did we forget
so
that?
you could hear.
Just make me mad
so we'll have to do that. Yeah, so maybe we can get
do you guys have, we didn't ask this, do you have a radio in the truck, like a regular radio?
In the ambulances we do.
Okay, so maybe we can crank that up where you can.
It's just terrible that we didn't
most of the stuff we're going to say is out here until we interview John Daly
Chuck
and Rick
Gatlin,
Schaefer.
if you're listening, he's our promotions guy. Can you run a speaker up here? It'll only be an hour and a half.
And we invite anybody in the Russellville area to come by and say hello. Yeah, we'll be here till 10 o'clock. Sun's coming up. Yeah. Josh, I will say this. I mean, again, it was an eye-opener yesterday. I'm so glad we did this because I don't think we could have gotten a true perspective, Roger, of what they have to go through without doing what we did yesterday. And we went up on the $1.5 million ladder number 1 fire truck that goes 100 feet in the air. The basket does.
Should we do it again?
No, it was good.
Well, listen, we're going to slide down the pole.
We're going to slide down the pole.
At the top of the hour.
Josh, there's 2 poles.
We're going to slide down the pole at the top of the hour so that we can put that out during the show. We've got to do that
simultaneously.
Well, there are 2.
No. We'll do one right after the other. So that's what we'll do. So we'll video that and we'll send it out.
The great thing we found out about the pole, you guys have you have a protection thing there to where
it has a safety cap. That way, if you fall through without being on the pole, you don't fall.
Yeah, you're supposed to be on the pole when you go down.
Yeah. Once your weight's on it,
you would think that would
opens up.
You would think that would never be an issue.
It has been an issue before.
So how far is it from the top to the floor?
That one is 20 foot.
20 foot.
Yeah.
And is the story about the wrong shipping of the poles? Is that public knowledge?
I don't know that got shared. That was a manufacturer.
That's a great story. It's a great story.
I did. That's a little bit before my time, and I think Chief Vic asked to keep it. But I think that one ended up at his house.
Not the right kind of pole that was shipped to the Russellville Fire Department.
I don't know where it went.
So you got 4 firehouses. Yeah, I know 4 firehouses here, and we're at Central Fire Station, which is station number 1.
Right. Station 1 is here. Station 2 is up off Skyline on Hilltop. Station 3 is across the street from Arkansas Tech. And then Station 4 is right there by the training center where we were at yesterday on 16th Street.
You got 53 members altogether that are.
So we got 51 on shift.
Yeah.
And then there's also some admin staff that are what you call sworn members of the department.
Well, I'll tell you the demands, the physical demands was once I saw, and of course I'm in horrible shape, but even with that, to where Roger Josh, Roger and I were just hoping we would not get claustrophobic putting on the
I would have. Good on you guys.
You get more constriction than I got because of the your shoulders and all that. But
yeah,
no, it all fit there. And a lot of people are asking, where was the kid? Who's the kid's outfit that I wore last night? Just a bunch of silly. It's a grown man suit.
Well, you're about the same height.
Yeah.
It's a grown man suit.
I commend y'all for keeping the squealing and the screaming at a minimum.
Thanks.
Josh, the funny thing is that Roger and I are sort of claustrophobic. Yeah. Roger gets the mask on. And I was saying, I got to scratch my nose.
My nose is itching.
I can't go on. I got to scratch my nose.
I was screaming like nuts. We might be able to hook that up here.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Nice.
I
was screaming like a little banshee.
Oh, my gosh. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun. Today is also, by the way, National Teachers Day, Appreciation Day. It's National Nurses Day, which is really cool. It's National Foster Care Day and a few others. That's Bob Seeger. It's his birthday today, man. We love some Bob Seeger. So don't go away. We'll check the D3 Auto Sales text line here in just a second. We're here at the Russellville Fire Department, station number 1. Don't go away.
This is a place where second best will never do. It's okay to want you shine, but once you step across that line, no matter where you hide, I'm coming.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live and cooked Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is SportsCenter.
2 playoff games settled by a combined 5 points last night. In the NBA, a pair of wins for road teams. First, the New York Knicks go on the road to the TD Garden and beat the Boston Celtics 108-105. Jalen Brunson down the stretch was fantastic. He had 29 points in the game, as did OG Anunoby. Mikal Bridges strips Jaylen Brown with 3 seconds left in the game, not allowing a shot to get off to preserve that 3-point win as the Knicks take a 1-0 series lead. The Denver Nuggets go on the road and get a 121-119 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. A great game from Nikola Jokic, 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night. Aaron Gordon hits a go-ahead 3 with under 5 seconds to go to put the Nuggets up 1-0 in the series. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely late this afternoon. Rain definitely happening for tonight. It's a 70% chance of rain this afternoon, the high of 74 in Little Rock. A 90% chance of rain overnight with a low of 59 degrees. Tomorrow, a few scattered showers will continue. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with the Buzz, and we got a great show for you. Why? Because Jordan Wicks is joining us. That's thanks to the Crane Buick GMC of Conway. Always a fun show when he is on. I'm telling you, this guy is the future in sports, even if it's not baseball. Pat Bradley's going to join us thanks to River City Flooring. Bluebell. I don't know if you're a fan of ice cream, but they're coming out with a new flavor. You want to know what it is? Well, make sure you tune in tomorrow for that. Eli Craner's going to join us, and also Susan Irwin Prowse. Thanks to Willie D's. Always a fun show. Can't wait. Don't forget Alyssa Orange will be joining us as well. The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Life isn't just about living, it's about living well. No one understands that better than Baptist Health. They support you on your wellness journey wherever it may lead. Baptist Health really is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Baptist Health provides a range of essential screenings for vital areas such as your heart, prostate, and colon, coupled with comprehensive and personalized care. They utilize state-of-the-art robotic surgeries to ensure faster recoveries and significantly less pain for their patients. You can always rely on the care you receive at Baptist Health to be delivered with Christian compassion. It's no accident that they are recognized as Arkansas's most trusted and innovative healthcare system. Their commitment to excellence is evident in every aspect of their service. When you need a partner in wellness, visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa, and Mother's Day is here. How about the Mellow Mama? $100 will get you a 30-minute massage and a 30-minute facial. Or you can do the Mom's Retreat. For $125, you get a 60-minute massage, 30-minute facial, and 15 minutes in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Double that for the Mom and Me. 2 massages, 2 facials, and 2 sauna sessions. And you can both be mellow. Visit us at avabelladayspa.com and click on gift certificates. Happy Mother's Day from Ava Bella Day Spa.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's keep the good vibes going. Morning Mayhem is back on the air. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
The ghost of Capone would take care of these new prison guys.
Plus, he got his ass beat there, too, before syphilis took over.
True. All right, do want to thank Trader Bill's for sponsoring Chris. 661-1037 is the number.
I can dig it.
All right, that is our man Justin Moore bringing us back from the break. We are here. If you just tuned in, we're here at the Russellville Fire Department, station number 1. Had an unbelievable day yesterday, getting some training in. Today we'll visit with a lot of the guys who are part of this group. Very high respect for them after what we went through yesterday. Do want to thank Steve Perry, the Chief of Special Operations and EMS, for helping organize this thing. We'll visit with Rick Schaefer, normally at 7:05 and 8:05 today, brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. John Daly at 7:30. I sent John a message last night that sent him a picture of Roger and I doing our training yesterday, so he knows what we're doing. He has a lot of respect as well. I also want to say congratulations to the deserving dozen of Dardanelle School District. We put that out yesterday on Facebook. We'll continue to talk about them, especially with it being a National Teacher Appreciation Day. We're 5 days to Mother's Day, Roger. 17 days to Memorial Day weekend. Also this Saturday.
Already Memorial Day.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. You know what that means?
What?
Big sale at Home Depot. 5 bags of mulch for $10. Only a rookie gets it for 3 for $10. You wait till Mother's Day. Wait till the big day.
Don't forget, we've got the 21st annual Double Beats BuzzBQ this Saturday, and get your tickets at buzzbq.com. We'll talk about that. Obviously, the big story in Arkansas from a sports standpoint trying to determine where the Hog baseball and softball teams are. They're both up there in the top 5. You look
Thanks,
at,
fellas.
in the Razorback softball team, Roger, they're really taking advantage of that number 1 ranking. Are they better than Oklahoma? I don't know. But since they lost to Oklahoma, they have won 6 straight SEC series. Yeah. I think every one of those, Josh, you can look to see if I'm right on that. I think all 6 they won are top 10 teams. I mean, they have won 6 straight SEC series since that one lost to Oklahoma, since they got swept by them. When they had their backs against the wall, I never forget they're 1-5. And I remember, we got to talk to Bree. That's not going to be easy. Bree, you guys are 1-5 going to Tennessee, like number 3 Tennessee. They get that series win, and the rest, boom. Yeah. They hadn't lost one since. So could this be the year that Arkansas goes to the World Series for the women for the first time ever?
It looks like Kentucky was not ranked, but Tennessee.
So Kentucky, okay, so everyone but Kentucky.
South Carolina 10, A&M 1/2, and LSU 10.
So only Kentucky was not. So still an unbelievable run by them.
Crazy.
And how crazy it would be to have both of those teams in the World Series. I know, Roger, we'll be at both those. Any World Series we're going to, the Buzz is going to. So in addition to Steve here, let's see, who do we have? Oh, Chris Vick, who is the Chief of Professional Standards and Training. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Good morning.
Now, if you go to the webcam now, this is one of the outstanding mustaches. I'm telling you, this is how long did it take you to grow that sucker?
I don't know. It's the only hair I can grow now. So.
Yeah, you have none on your head, the top of your head. I mean, that is outstanding.
I tried to grow one about when I was pretty new on. They encouraged me, and I tried to be like Charles Bronson. So it took me 10 years of culture shock to get over that one.
Nice. Well, of course, the first thing I think of is how would you put on one of the masks like we did yesterday?
Exactly. No, it's good. It doesn't go down to the jawline.
Does it mess up your breathing?
Yeah.
Because listen, I don't know about you, but they go, all right, take a breath because you're not going to have any breath. I thought, oh crap.
Can I give you a little bit of history, at least as I believe it to be true? That you know why? Not to compare you, but Adolf Hitler, why he has that little mustache?
Wow.
Because when he was serving in the military, he had a mustache, and the mask did not seal up. So when he
that right?
That's why he had this moment. That's why he shortened it up so that he could. That's why he has that mustache. Not to compare, but that was the reason behind that because of the gas mask that they needed.
There you go. There you go.
Well, in the fire service, the history of them, they're called snot catchers because back in the days, they didn't have masks. They didn't have breathing air bottles back in the day. So you'd get in there, your nose would start running. You didn't have anything to wipe it off with, so it's a snot catcher.
Well, sure it is.
That's the history of the fire service.
Well, look what we just did.
Now the young man you were talking about earlier, he's been growing his for 24 years, and he still has mama's milk on his.
Okay. Wow. Let me tell you something. That's the camaraderie that goes on here.
So
in the Firehouse.
We got to ride in a truck number 1. Who was it? Is it Jeff? Is that the driver of truck number 1?
James.
I'm sorry, James.
Yeah.
He's buffed up. He's a bad dude.
Let me give him a shout out. He just passed one of the hardest courses that a firefighter could ever pass. He's an official smoke diver, certified.
Smoke diver.
Yeah, certified.
Who knew there was even such a thing?
Well, I used to dance under that thing.
Yes. So he was one of only 17 in the country.
I can't remember.
16,
7. No, 7 and 7.
I thought it was 17.
Was number 6 in Arkansas.
I think 7 finished the class, but I think they had 30-something started.
Right. But these are the best of the best. This is like the seal of firemen.
Yeah. And they had guys that literally dropped out the first 10 minutes.
And these are elite. These are the elite guys, and you can look at him. He doesn't say much.
He does.
But you can tell he's a bad man. I'm a former military guy. But anyway, I was making the point, Roger, in that truck, I mean, it's $1.3 million. That would probably be a $3.5 million truck. But it is so advanced. And I look at our buddy Steve Qualls sent us a picture of his father was in the fire department business. And somehow he's gotten his hands.
He retired fireman.
Yeah, of a 1913 fire truck. And then I posted some from my family's history at Tallahassee Fire Department in the early 1900s. And the way, think of how they used to have to fight a fire. I mean, they didn't have any of this stuff. I mean, they didn't have any technology compared to what you have.
Well, to get to the fire, you actually rode on the back of the tailboard and you just hung on.
Yeah, I mean, it is just, you look at, you have even more respect for those guys who had nothing to, they didn't know, they were just trying to put out a fire and they were still learning. And then the advancements. I got to give Russellville credit, the city and the citizens for voting to get you guys what you need here. This fire station is as nice as any in America.
Yeah, I was talking to Roger this morning, and we've just been really lucky and fortunate with the last 2 sales tax that for what the equipment. And I tell them when we get in front of the council, we're only as good as the taxpayers and the county or the citizens are willing to pay for, and they want the best. So we've been really fortunate.
We have a very supportive city council, very supportive mayor.
Yeah, even though he's not going to be here today, is that right?
Well,
maybe he can rally.
Yeah, hopefully he can rally.
Will you stop?
Tell him to bring some hot tea. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We were in fire suits yesterday.
No sympathy.
We worked through COVID. I fell asleep during the show. I think Rick Schaefer was on at the time, and I passed out. That's all right. It's just Rick. I'm kidding, Rick.
I think
it was Rex Nelson.
I think really what happened was he laughed so hard yesterday, he lost his voice. I mean, he couldn't.
Well,
it was fun watching you.
Let me say this.
You say that, and I'm going to say something.
Well, I don't know about what your wife said. I'm not married, but my girlfriend liked me in the fireman outfit. I mean, you guys know.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
You put a fireman outfit on. That's up to a woman.
It changes.
That's up to a woman.
It changes.
And listen, you know what it does?
He sent some of the pics to me by mistake. Or did he?
Just the turnout bottoms again?
Just the bottoms.
It's 2 things. It's the uniform. It's the cool-looking uniform, and it's the bravery that you guys. I mean, listen. Even after yesterday, like. Man, this poll said it. You got the toughest job in America by voted by. And I had no idea.
Not all
superheroes
yesterday. Wear capes.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I may have said, I'm a fire department. Yeah, the fireman is probably the toughest job. After doing that yesterday, I'm like, oh, yeah. There's no question. Nothing against law enforcement and all.
No. We love them, too.
They got a dangerous job, too, but the physical demands.
They had to. My engineers had to help you, Captain Bazzel, get up off of one knee.
I know.
But then again, you're not. Obviously, you're not going to be able to make it as far as going out and doing that. But as far as if you're a victim and they're going to have to lift you or bring you out or drag you out of there.
Hey, you didn't leave me.
I got me up. Never.
You didn't.
I never leave.
Hey, y'all did really.
Oh,
I mean, listen. Well, let me just make sure that against you. Let me just say that nobody here, not one single person, not one of the gentlemen. Have said anything about pay. So when I bring it up or I do anything about that, that's strictly me. No, they're not complaining at all. They didn't take the job knowing that they were going to become a Boone Pickens or Jerry Jones. None of that's it. They've all got extra gigs that they're doing. They've got families they've got to take care of, just like everybody else. Oh, and 2, they have to run into a burning building to help us get out of it. So it's all me mentioning that they don't make enough money or some of the money that if they however we can do it. I mean, however we can do it to give them more money down the line.
We'll talk about it later.
Sure.
The shock that we found out that you have to buy your own meals while you're on premise here. It's just I'm sorry, it's us talking. We're true talkers.
Because we're so privileged.
I told you
we're
yesterday.
We're so privileged. We go somewhere somebody feeds us like y'all.
There are departments that they're using that as a recruiting tool now.
What's that?
A stipend for meals. $10 a day as a recruiting tool because it's become that competitive to get good people.
Oh, I compare it to NIL. I mean, like if somebody comes in, somebody comes in with 10 years of experience, we can pay them for that years of experience. Now to get them in the door at a higher salary.
Fireman NIL.
So that's what I'm saying.
You know what's crazy about that?
Now you know why they do the calendars.
No, what's crazy is that a kid who's done nothing in college yet.
Nothing.
He's been a standout high school player.
Nothing.
But he may never.
Still
don't do this. Don't do this.
He gets $100,000.
It's different.
To sign to a college when a fireman who has 10 years of service gets what? What does that get you?
Get you a few extra thousand.
Yeah, a few extra thousand. And this kid gets $100,000.
Baz, it's entertainment. You know it's different. You're playing the hits over there.
Hush, please. Just for a second, listen. I don't care what it's entertainment. It's just the fact that in our society, it's crazy. It doesn't matter what it's for. It's that you guys are risking your life, and yet we put the value in $100,000, $200,000. I don't care what it is. And then you guys are struggling.
Who pays for your TV here?
How
many streaming services do you have? Do you have Netflix?
No, we use our own streaming services, but the physical TV itself is provided by the city.
No, but I mean, you got to use. Do you have Netflix? Do you have?
They ain't got time to watch
that Max. You don't have time.
They ain't got time to watch.
But they need it.
Last night we're in there eating, and we look up at the screen, and it's what is it? The Firehouse.
The Rounders. What is it?
No, it's Horizon. It was the
the
rig.
Horizon.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
the old rig.
Do you guys not see enough fires? You got to watch fires while you're eating.
Well, because we're looking at it and we're going, those masks aren't real. Just like we talked about. They didn't. Backdraft masks aren't real. You don't get to see everybody's face in there.
Yeah, you didn't get a clear view of the fire yesterday when you were in there,
your
did you?
face is smushed like you're coming out of your mother's womb.
Hey, as we're going to break, funny that you bring up Hitler. So
is it
today?
That has never been uttered before.
Today
funny you
is
mentioned
the
Hitler.
anniversary of the Hindenburg crash. So I don't know. I made the CTE. Do you know where the Hindenburg crash was?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. So what was the Hindenburg if it's a Nazi deal doing in New Jersey? You know what year it was?
It was for pleasure.
You know, what year it was? Did you know? I didn't.
Was it mid-30s?
37.
Yeah.
And it was the Nazi at that time.
Humanity.
Yeah, at the time it was the Nazi. It was a pleasure ship. And
sure.
Little did we know what was coming down the road.
And then just a few years later, we've got a Chinese balloon going across the country.
All right. We'll check out. We got probably a lot of
Hindenburg.
messages on our
We'll play a lot of that.
D3 Auto Sales text line. Don't go away.
Absolutely.
648. We're live from the Russellville Fire Department, station number 1.
Oh, but thank you, girl, for teaching me brand new ways to be cruel. If I can find my mind now, I guess I'll just leave.
Hey, fellas, if you're looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift, we've got the answer. It's Wrapped Gift Boutique at 404 Central Avenue in the heart of Hot Springs.
That's historic downtown Hot Springs, Baz. Now, listen, you can go in there and shop around and look at all the nice things there. It's an upscale boutique. But here's something that's going to help you, fellas. Look online, wrappedarkansas.com, see what you like, call Wrap, tell them that's what you want, tell them you're on your way, and then pull up to the store, tell them you're there. They're going to come out to the curb, put your flashers on, they're going to come out to the curb, here's your gift, and go on your way.
Handcrafted gifts, locally made treasures, favorite brands, you name it, they've got it. They've got something for everyone. Perfectly curated, perfectly unforgettable, and perfectly wrapped.
Guys, it's never been easier for you to impress the women in your life and look good doing it. Wrap Gift Boutique, celebrate every occasion with a gift that shines.
It's Wrapped Gift Boutique at 404 Central Avenue in the heart of Hot Springs.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Get more bang for your buck with Doug Reynolds Suzuki and CF Moto's Rev and Ride sale. A huge selection of CF Motos in stock with select models featuring power steering, winch, wheel, tire package, and lots of 4x4 power. Get 2 CF Moto ATVs and a trailer for as low as $288 per month with approved credit. Doug Reynolds Suzuki, I-30 Little Rock, or DougReynoldsSuzuki.com. CF Moto recreational vehicles are intended for off-road use only and can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Lamar McCann was an excellent college football player for the Arkansas Razorbacks, finishing 9th in the 1953 Heisman voting. He might have been in line to quarterback Vince Lombardi's Green Bay Packers, but he didn't keep his cool like his competitor Bart Starr. In one game after Paul Hornung dropped a pass that would have been a touchdown, it led to his benching and a few choice words for Lombardi on the plane ride home, including an unfortunate ethnic slur. Soon McCann was found playing for the Baltimore Colts, while Starr went on to win 5 NFL championships. As Kipling said, if you can keep your head while all others about you are losing theirs. Doublebees features new secure pumps for your credit card use. If you sign up and pay with your Exxon credit card, you'll save 10 cents off every gallon. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Your locally owned Little Rock Athletic Club. Join now. Oh, man, you came in at the end of the commercial, and it was a good one. You see, during the month of May, you get 40% off the joining fee at the Little Rock Athletic Club. Oh, and I really did a good job of painting a picture of how the Little Rock Athletic Club has so many ways families can stay active, including a wonderful swimming pool. And this was my best line. At 40% off the joining fee, your budget stays in shape, too. Don't miss the offer like you did the commercial.
Loyalty. It's a big word for Family Market, and we mean it. That's why our loyalty card, also known as our rewards card, same thing, folks, lets you save 5 cents a gallon every time you fill up at any of our 4 locations. Grab a large fountain drink or a fresh cup of community coffee, that's another 5 cents off a gallon. And on Big Mondays, mid-grade gas costs the same as regular. Yep, you heard me right. Family Market, keeping it simple and saving you money in Shannon Hills, Malvern, Pangburn, and now Mayflower, just off I-40. Stop by today. Your wallet will thank you.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Want to reach the show? Well, give us a call or text at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
All right, that's our man Justin Moore, who we'll have on with us shortly. 6:53 here at station number 1, Central Fire Station in Russellville, one of the finest in America right here. You can go to L.A., New York, Dallas, or whatever. You won't find a nicer fire station anywhere in America. Better, just as good equipment, Rogers, anywhere in America. Yep. Great staff of the firefighters. So glad to be here. Coming up, we'll visit with John Daly at 7:30, Rick Schaefer at 8. We'll do a little family feud with Chuck Gatlin.
Sure.
Josh just got this in from Kevin Traynor, who is the Associate Athletic Director at University of Arkansas. I asked him about, are you guys still making the fans give balls back for baseball and softball? And he said, no, have not done that in baseball for years, and we have not done that in softball for the past few years. So,
okay, so they did it before.
Kevin Traynor.
Okay.
So yeah, because I've been there. I've watched them. I've noticed there's been no personnel go out there and take those from. I've watched them. So. And listen, UCA's a different deal. I get it, but
sure.
The only thing,
smaller school.
Yeah, smaller school, and I get it. I think the only thing they have to do is just make the announcement that hey, listen, I hate to do this, but home run ball, I think for that one game you get a sponsor to pay for the balls. That way, if a kid gets a home, because there's not a lot of home run balls hit in softball anyway.
David, I did not even know that. I didn't know that that's possible. Now,
that's why the family was probably.
We're all looking for revenue streams. That's why we have the luxury pool and spa kicker. Every little thing can be sponsored and bought. If there's somebody out there that wants to do that, who did I say? It would be Arkansas Urology wants to sponsor the balls.
You bet.
I mean, what a great tie-in for that. But if they were to sponsor the balls and let every home run ball is sponsored, just like we have, this penalty is brought to you by whatever we used to do, this flag when we did high school football. So somebody could sponsor it if somebody thought about, well, why don't we get somebody to sponsor that? We could charge double what we pay for the balls.
Yeah, I agree.
Fans get to keep it, and we get to we make $1.50.
I was looking at some of our. I know we haven't been able to get to our D3 also text line a lot, but here's one that says, "Hey Baz, funny you mentioned the college students in NIL, yet and firefighters don't make near the NIL deals, but I'm sure you make a lot more than a firefighter does. Hypocrisy at its finest." No, you jackass. That's exactly what I'm saying. I do make more than them. It's ridiculous. You idiot. You idiot. What kind of stupid comment is that? You think because I bring up NIL is more ridiculous. Listen, I think it's ridiculous that I make more than these guys. And Roger, I'm sitting there looking at him going, what you guys do every day, are you kidding me?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the whole point.
I think it's ridiculous that you make more than me. No.
Yeah, listen, I would put me in that boat too, but even more, a 17-year-old who's never done anything other than run a ball, which is exactly what I did when I was his age too. Nothing more, nothing less. And nothing. That's the way the world is. I'm just saying. The fact of the matter is that that's the way the structure is right now.
Well, and to your point,
ridiculous.
though, we had a kid
teachers too
who got $100,000 and left and never even played it down. Or whatever. Just the money. But by leaving and doing all that. So yes, what we're saying is, if out of sight, out of mind. If you don't know what they're doing,
right.
I mean, you might want to give a little bit extra, because I promise you, the stuff that they go through. Not only are they fighting with fire, but they see devastation. They see death.
Well,
and
the other thing too, Roger,
you and I can't do that.
They don't take this job for money. They're not motivated by money to take this job, and there's a Russellville School District Cyclone bus. Boy, that thing needs to be painted. But they don't do that.
Good Lord.
They don't do that for money. They don't do this for money. If you're a teacher, you don't do it for money. I don't think. It's the same kind of deal.
No. Listen.
And
again, let's just make sure every one of these guys said the city council here in Russellville.
Yeah, they're great.
I'm sure they're very positive, very pro.
They got an this is nicer than anything. It's nicer than anything I've seen in Little Rock or nicer.
Yeah, well, and so they're doing all that, and they do talk about the retirement and all that, and the benefits and all that. It's all fantastic and all that, but you got to go through 25, 30 years of that, and if you still have your faculties with you, that's good. So we are just supportive of that is all we're saying, and this is the kind of stuff that I'll give an extra penny for that.
What about all the volunteer firefighters in the counties that don't get paid at all? That's another. We talked about that last night. Think about the volunteers. How much respect for them?
Yeah, they even have respect for the fire.
Oh my gosh, the volunteers. Some of these guys have been volunteers at these smaller fire departments.
There
earlier.
are only 24, 5, 6, or 7 fully staffed firehouses in the state of Arkansas. 974 are partially staffed or fully staffed and volunteer.
All right, don't go away. We're having a good time today. And, we're excited about being with these Braves, man. Yeah, we are excited about it. Get over it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We're not changing.
Someone says we need to get a sponsor for anger management classes for you.
Yes.
On that.
Bring it on. All right, 7 o'clock.
A lot of talk.
Why do you have to talk like that?
And a lot more attitude.
You have a problem? Turn off your station.
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater Holton Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
This is Pat Bradley, and you've heard it before on The Buzz, how Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union is helping members step into the future with their summer auto loan special. Ultra low rates as low as 1.99%, 84 months financing, and no payments for 90 days. Offer valid on new, used, or refinance 23, 24, and 25 models. Deals like this don't last forever. Apply online at alcoacommunityfcu.org and drive into the future with Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, serving 15 counties across central Arkansas.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville have great rebates going on now for your pool with Pool Life and Bacquasil Pool Chemicals. They also carry Sharona Spa Chemicals and Frog Systems. That's what I use in my spa. Live a life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
One man can't make a team.
Yeah, so what's your point?
Thanks for being part of the Buzz team.
Shut up!
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Former Hot Spring County Sheriff Scott Finkbeiner will stay behind bars until he's sentenced. He was under supervised release until a federal judge revoked that privilege. He was arrested Friday and was in court Monday. The hearing was over an alleged phone call Finkbeiner made just 8 days after he signed his plea deal. As part of that deal, the judge warned him that if he spoke with any potential witnesses, he would be arrested. His lawyer claims Finkbeiner mistakenly believed he was in the clear to contact after the plea deal. However, federal prosecutors say he attempted to make a call with the Signal app, which they say is notorious for being untraceable. A MasterChef finalist and well-known Arkansan is opening a restaurant in her hometown. Jennifer Mon finished in the top 3 in season 12 of MasterChef. She is opening a restaurant on the first floor of the Bob R. Brooks Justice Building in Little Rock. It'll be a refined French-American restaurant and set to open in January. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Morning Mayhem wants to know, is it fact or is it crap? Listen each week for your chance to play, presented by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely this afternoon. Cloudy sky will dominate the day until the rain does arrive in Little Rock between 3 and 4 o'clock. It's a 70% chance of rain today with a high of 74. Rain most likely tonight. 90% chance of rain and an overnight low of 59. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Thompson Electric presents Jackson Wells each week in the Zone with Justin and DJ. Thompson Electric since 1983, providing innovative electrical solutions for your business. To learn more, check them on the web at thompsonelectric.com, or you can search Thompson Electric on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Hey folks, this is David Bazzel for Simmons Bank. What started as a hometown bank in Pine Bluff more than 120 years ago, Simmons Bank has expanded their footprint to more than 200 locations across the Mid-South. Simmons Bank offers comprehensive financial solutions delivered with a client-central approach. Last year, Simmons Bank was recognized by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best companies to work for in the South, and in 2023 by Forbes as one of the world's best banks. The Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens was named the best tournament on the PGA Tour Champions by the golfers themselves. It's very rare that a first-year tournament wins an award from the players like the Simmons Bank Championship did. George Macris and his strong team at Simmons Bank can help you grow. Give them a shot and tell them Baz sent you. You can find all of their locations on the web at simmonsbank.com. With more than $27 billion in total assets, Simmons Bank continues to grow. Join me and many others and make Simmons Bank your bank. simmonsbank.com, or check out a branch near you. One of the best banks in America located right here in Arkansas.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa, and Mother's Day is here. How about the Mellow Mama? $100 will get you a 30-minute massage and a 30-minute facial. Or you can do the Mom's Retreat. For $125, you get a 60-minute massage, 30-minute facial, and 15 minutes in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Double that for the Mom and Me. 2 massages, 2 facials, and 2 sauna sessions. And you can both be mellow. Visit us at avabelladayspa.com and click on gift certificates. Happy Mother's Day from Ava Bella Day Spa.
QC Kinetics provided amazing pain relief for a former professional baseball player, and you have access to the same life-changing treatments as retired pitcher Jose Alvarez.
I put a lot of stress and strain and work on my right arm, but my right elbow took most of the damage with 3 surgeries.
Arthritis developed, and the pain was unbearable.
It wasn't just pain when I was trying to play sports. It was anytime I was moving the right elbow. It was pretty excruciating at times.
That's when Jose discovered QC Kinetics and their regenerative treatments that help the body heal itself, restoring damaged tissue and providing relief with no surgery or downtime. Jose's message to the medical professionals at QC Kinetics?
My elbow is feeling outstanding. Where were you 10 years ago, for crying out loud?
QC Kinetics is right here. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Bills got you crying? Hire the Bankruptcy Lions. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of bankruptcy beasts. When in war, you need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all bankruptcy-related legal matters. Hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Make this Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11th, one to remember with something beautiful from Tipton and Hurst. From floral arrangements to gift baskets to blooming plants and so much more. As Arkansas's premier florist for over a century, you can count on Tipton and Hurst to help show your mother how truly special she is. Shop Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, or Pine Bluff. Ready to deliver around the corner or around the world. Call 501-666-3333 or visit TiptonHurst.com today. Tipton and Hurst, guaranteed satisfaction since 1886.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
If I can change.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And you can change.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Everybody can change.
Here is David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right. It is 7:06 for those of you just tuning in. We're on the road today in Russellville at the Russellville Fire Department. Station number 1, Central Fire Station, a facility, Roger, that opened 2000, I think 18, 17, somewhere around there. It's about 7 years old, and it is immaculate, impressive as any as you'll see anywhere in the country, not just in Arkansas.
yeah.
I mean, it is fantastic, and we got a chance for those who just tuned in to go through some training yesterday. Gave us an eye-opening awareness of what firemen and firewomen do every day. It is stunning. So amazing, too, that our poll today is what – and I'm not joking.
That's wild.
I am not making this up. The poll today in our national media notes was who's got the toughest job in America, and firefighters was number one. And you always hear that, but yesterday gave me a new appreciation of it being the truth. So we'll visit here in just a second with we got breakfast coming too.
Thank you.
Yeah, outstanding. We'll visit with Kirk Sloan, who is the fire chief here at Russellville, and Steve Perry again. We just got breakfast served to us, and it is outstanding. It is great grub. Great grub. We appreciate that. We'll have John Daly at 7:30, brought to you by Moe's. We'll move Rick Schaefer at 8:05, brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. Steve, and I guess I should call you guys is Chief Sloan and Chief Perry, right? Is that correct?
Well, Captain Bazzel, you can.
Very nice, very nice.
But you can go ahead and call us by our first name.
Yeah, now I wanted also, too, before we get Daly on, Josh, we're going to make sure, Raj, we're going to make sure that we break early to where we're on the air at 7:30, because at 7:30 you've got sounders that go off here every.
Yeah, as long as everybody's in quarters, there's no companies out doing anything, they'll do the 7:30 shift change alarm test to ensure that all the stations are receiving the alarm from dispatch. It's just a morning test we do every 24 hours.
Last night we had two calls. We had one, I think, we hadn't finished eating dinner and had to get up and leave before we eat dinner. That was an alarm that went off in a commercial building, and false alarm. That's where you guys have to do that. And then, Roger, we went to bed knowing that we said, hey, we're going to go. Yeah. As long as it doesn't get close to 4 o'clock as we do our prep for the show. And it was exactly 3:45.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I needed to use the bathroom, actually, so I opened the door, and there was John McConnell, his captain.
Yep,
John McConnell. Great guy. He's been so helpful. He was dressed. He's walking out the door because it had just gone off, and he said, you want to go? I said, it's pretty close. What, y'all go ahead and go. And it was a lift issue. Somebody had fallen in. But I got to tell you, Chief Sloan, it was a really cool thing yesterday for Roger and I to get to know what you guys do and how you do it, and the physical demands, not only the pressure mentally of having to go into that kind of environment with a house on fire and trying to save people's lives, but you're physically pushed to your limits. Heat, not only the heat that's in the house, but 100 degrees outside. It's really impressive what you guys do.
Well, we appreciate y'all coming and giving our guys the opportunity to host you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was the ladder?
It was very high.
Oh,
it was 101 feet.
101.
And James, I forget his last
Day.
name.
James Day.
James Day.
He operates at Rascal. Just to get to meet him, see how serious he is, just knowing his background.
Did he ever smile? I don't think he smiled one time.
I think when not even when he talks about it.
He doesn't say much either. That's when he go, oh, hey, Baz, Rod, you want to go up in the truck? And we go, yeah. And we look at him, I see him go, dead gum these. Yeah. No, he didn't do that, but I can just imagine these yahoos.
Because of all the work.
I'll do it.
It's enough for me when I have to go outside and move my car because or ask somebody to move their car so I can get out of my own driveway. And I've got this guy. He's got to put everything down. He's got to raise the ladder. He's got to harness us in.
The bravery you guys show. My family, as I mentioned several times, started the Tallahassee Fire Department. And over the decades, when I was growing up, my grandfather, my uncles, all that, were firemen. And I would see some of the burns they had. And it's a challenging job, but hats off to everybody in the city for supporting you guys. You guys feel welcome and loved, even though we're banging on the drum of you guys really need a lot more money than you're making. Just like school teachers, it's National Teacher Appreciation Day. But you guys come to the job knowing that sort of these issues are what you're going to deal with.
We do, and you're only as good as your people.
Yeah.
And internally, we're fortunate. We've got great firefighters. Externally, we've got a great community that does support us. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without all these guys.
Do you guys love sports? Do you follow sports at all with your job?
Oh, I'm a sports fanatic, and most firefighters are.
Yeah. What's do you follow the Razorbacks, college sports, pro sports, a little bit of both?
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge Razorback fan.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about professional sports because my team's always a loser.
Who's that?
I like the Saints. I'm a Saints fan.
Well, you've had some success. Yeah,
but not recently.
Right.
And then, basketball, of course, I sat up and watched both games last night.
Oh, you saw it. Listen.
Oh, yeah, I
wow.
watched it.
The Celtics.
It was insane.
somebody said, Bazzel, you couldn't make a shot in 43.
They said 3. They
What does that have to do with anything? Listen, I'm not making $60 million a year to make a 3-point shot. I'm not saying the Celtics may come back and win, but you miss 43 in a row. It's almost like if you were willing to bet, I would bet $1,000 that somebody in the NBA who takes a team that takes 43 3-point shots in a row would make one of those.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a record.
Yeah, it's got to be a stat.
Yeah, Joe Clown was not happy. I saw him tweet out last night. He was not happy.
Well, it's when you look at somebody on the free throw line and you see that they're not 100%, so they got to miss it sometimes.
Right.
So obviously their averages go down for some reason. That's going to bring everybody's average down on that one. But you just think that they would make one.
Have you guys, over the history of the Russellville Fire Department, have you ever lost a firefighter?
We have actually back in after World War II. Mm-hmm. We used to ride tailboard. In fact, when I started in '92, we were still riding tailboard.
For those who don't know what that means, what does that mean?
Well, that's in the movies where you're actually standing on the back. You're just standing there.
Holding
you
on.
have a belt.
Going 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour.
Rain, snow, whatever. We had an engine that was responding on an emergency call, took a turn. Firefighter was thrown off and didn't make it.
In talking with some of the fellas, I mean, how many you've got not the NIL, but some of the incentives that you talk about with a stipend or something like that when you try to recruit some of these people now, is that more often now than it used to be? Are there more guys or ladies that are firemen because of legacy? Is there legacy, or is it you saw something on TV, or what?
There is. I mean, I think that it's a hodgepodge of different personalities. Like I said, it's some of the most successful firefighters are those that graduate high school or college and they don't have anything to do, and they're like, oh, the fire department's tested. So we like people with experience if we can get them. Lateral transfers is what we call it, and it's kind of like opening up the portal.
Free agency.
Sure, that's free agency. And,
Because you did say, by the way, Steve, you said yesterday, you told us, for those that don't know, of the 30 or 40 that you have try out every year, I think it's 30, half can't pass the physical rigors of that.
The physical agility test takes a lot of them out. Then we have a written test for those that pass the physical agility. Then they go through an interview process with the civil service. And out of, let's say, 30, we may end up with, about 7 on the list? Is that
right? The last test we gave, we had 50-something applications, 30-something showed up, about 15 passed the physical, and then we ended up with 6.
So 6 out of the 15 originally. Wow. Well, you got to be picky. You guys have to be picky. I mean, that's why you have the requirements.
Well, how many times can somebody try before you go, all right, that's it?
Well, they can keep trying, and
until they're 35 or older.
We've got
that's right.
Right, we've got members on our department that they tested 3 or 4 different times before they finally.
Is that right? I did see Chief Taylor. I think it was Chief Taylor. It was David Taylor. Yeah. He had on these buttons that were representative of saving lives.
Right.
That's a cool thing too. That's something, Roger. Who would have thought? Hey, listen. What is that? What is that? Is that for the longest shot put? Yeah. Well, what is that one? That's for saving a life. Yeah, that's just a little bit more depth to it.
No,
we've actually got a member. He was just here. I think he went to one of the other stations. His name's Jackson Joyner. We had an award ceremony, and I can't remember how many times I think he had 3 life-saving awards in 1 year.
Wow! In 1 year.
And that is somebody and he was a brand new paramedic. So it'll never happen again. I mean,
that's remarkable.
It was just ironic.
How cool is that?
He was brand new paramedic, and he had 3 life-saving awards, which means he worked 3 cardiac arrests. I mean, they were dead, no pulse, wasn't breathing, and got them back.
That's the other part that we were talking about. It's not just going in there. It's pitch black in there when we're going in there trying to find the fire. And of course, again, we were in a controlled environment. It's not like that in real life. To go in there and do all that stuff, and then to try to find a body and all that, and then when you see it, and I hate to say it, for all ages, that you might come across someone who is just who's dead, and I mean, I cannot imagine how many times you go through that before you go, before your mind is scrambled eggs.
One of the people think about firefighters getting killed in fires. The number one thing that kills firefighters right now is suicide.
Wow,
so
is that right? Oh my God!
Suicide awareness is a really big issue in the fire service. So, that's something that we strive to kind of get.
It's a lot of pressure,
but
man.
It is. You go from just like you said, going into a burning building, getting all that done, you don't even have a chance to go back and take a shower. And next thing you know, you're in a cardiac arrest situation.
Yeah.
Trying to save
I can, Chief, I can't imagine. We were only doing this for like an hour yesterday, and we were dripping wet in this suit. And my understanding is because those suits, basically, all that equipment is a $10,000 hit every time you buy one. So you guys can't have multiple suits. So if I come back after fighting a fire for 3 hours and I'm dripping wet in that big, heavy suit, you got to put it right back on again. If you don't have another one, it's dripping on you. That's what you have to do.
You do, and you know what? Most of our burns, when they go back into that 800-plus degree environment, that sweat that's inside turns to vapor, turns to steam, and you get steam burns.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so it's and I was going to tell you about these guys that respond and these cardiac arrests and things. They do see those things, but I think the hardest thing on them when they get home, they're thinking, was there anything else I could have done?
Sure.
Anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I think bothers them in the long run.
I was looking.
Because I don't know how long it takes you. I was on a golfing trip last week, and it was 4 days. It was the last day before I realized I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have anything. Not that my life is important than anybody else's, but I don't have to. But my wife knows where I am. I don't have to do anything in the station. Everything's fine. Everything's this and that. So when you guys get off your shift here, it's like, how can you decompress and not know that, I don't have to worry about the bell when I lay down my head at home. Right. You don't have to do those things. I mean, that's just got to keep I would be a nervous wreck.
Well, our guys, a lot of them are really, really active physically. They work out a lot. A lot of them have families. Like McConnell, he's got a farm that he works on.
Yeah.
And he's got two little rugrats. He's got one son that I don't know how he hadn't stole side by side yet.
Right,
he's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
He's just smart. So they invest into other things.
Yeah.
They put their time into other things to relax and get that mental break that they need on that 4 days off.
Do you ever, by the way, if you just joined the show, we're visiting with the head fire chief, Kirk Sloan, and the chief of special operations, EMS, Steve Perry. You guys, did you ever have any fights break out with the guys and hey, your own.
Hey, that's my ketchup.
We've seen backdraft because backdraft they were fighting backdraft with each other.
They did.
If we did, we probably wouldn't talk about it.
Well done.
In my previous life, I did partake in an incident that involved ketchup. Because that's a high commodity, right?
Yeah, it's not. That was great. Somebody told the story last night. You can lay $100 bill on this table and it could stay there a month or a year. Nobody would touch it. But if you have some ketchup, somebody touches it. Ketchup can be stolen.
If A shift leaves their ketchup out, they come back off their 4 days off. Their ketchup is gone. B shift and C shift, they made sure it was gone.
We had that issue with Wes Moore getting into my coffee creamer at the office.
He did.
Then he tried to replace it with a store brand. That's just $4 flavor, and it's no sugar, Wes. But we rectified, and now we're buddies.
I was just going to say, you did notice there are 3 refrigerators.
Yes.
And 3 pantries for there. And when we first moved in, of course, all of them have locks. But these guys are firemen, so the first time a shift left and then came back, one of the other shifts had taken their doors off the hinges, removed everything out of their pantry, put it all back together, and locked it up. So,
wow.
Yeah, nice.
I think we've got Justin Moore on the line. JM, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing great. Having a great time here. We were supposed to have the mayor on. I know and the mayor became ill.
Well,
Christy Graham was out shooting the video and shots of us going through the training yesterday. And I know y'all got a big 1 cent vote coming up. The city has been really responsive in voting that every time to give you guys what you need. I'm telling you, your equipment is top of the line. I mean, everything looks new. The best there is.
Sorry, but y'all looked ridiculous in those.
Shut up, Justin. What are you talking about?
Uniforms. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
He's looking at Facebook.
Wow.
He's looking at Facebook.
You know what? That's not the response that's not the response that we've got from our ladies.
I'm sure.
Thank you very much. Anyway, I was saying.
Go
is
ahead.
that,
I'm sorry.
You guys have really. The city has funded you guys, and you guys have the best of the best here. I mean, you guys have like you the best, and that happens again next Tuesday,
Well,
right?
again, though, Baz, I mean, again, and to throw out numbers, this new truck that they have was 2 years in the making. It was $1.3 million. When they got it, that same truck became a $1.9 million. So, I mean, it takes a lot of money to get these things, and it's not just happening overnight. And again, we're talking about firefighters. This is not me calling the refrigerator repairman.
Right.
Dude, it's taking you a bit longer to come over here.
Justin, you should see this truck they have. I mean, it's brand new. It's the top of the line. I mean, you can go to L.A., New York, Dallas,
fire
whatever.
truck.
Yeah, it's not going to be nicer than this fire truck.
It is a state-of-the-art fire apparatus.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
really
that's
impressive.
awesome.
And the
Very
vote
cool.
again is the vote again is next Tuesday, right,
Next
Chief?
Tuesday, 13th.
Well, thank Chief Sloan for all you do.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate
Chief.
that. You're leading
Thank
a
you
great,
again for coming.
great
Thank you
group
for
of
your
people.
service.
Yeah, very much so. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll visit with John Daly. Before we talk to John, we'll hear the whatever go off.
That'll be at 7:30.
7:30.
Well, 7:29 is when they're supposed to do that.
Okay. And I know we've had some folks say, would you give a shout out to our wives who are teachers? It's National Teacher Appreciation Today. Here's one. 17 years in teaching, Monticello School District, Kelly Montgomery. And then a few others. We also had somebody said say hello to the Firehouse chef, Blake King. He's the one who cooked for us last night. Yeah. Justin, if Justin was in the fire department with us, he'd be the cook. Judge, listen, because that's what you said.
That's right.
Because
I'm scared. I'm scared of fire.
No, you got to do both. You got to fight the fire.
Oh, you got to do both.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you just got to stay in and cook.
No, he got to fight the fire and cook, and he doesn't get paid.
Oh
extra
no.
for it.
Nope.
Yeah, crazy.
He's a good cook.
Steve, we'll visit with you a little bit later. Chief, thanks again. Chief Sloan. All right, don't go away. John Daly coming up next. 7:20, live from the Russellville Fire Department, station number 1.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live and cooked Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is Sports Center.
2 playoff games settled by a combined 5 points last night in the NBA. A pair of wins for road teams. First, the New York Knicks go on the road to the TD Garden and beat the Boston Celtics 108-105. Jalen Brunson down the stretch was fantastic. He had 29 points in the game, as did OG Anunoby. Mikal Bridges strips Jaylen Brown with 3 seconds left in the game, not allowing a shot to get off to preserve that 3-point win as the Knicks take a 1-0 series lead. The Denver Nuggets go on the road and get a 121-119 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. A great game from Nikola Jokic, 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night. Aaron Gordon hits a go-ahead 3 with under 5 seconds to go to put the Nuggets up 1-0 in the series. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely late this afternoon. Rain definitely happening for tonight. It's a 70% chance of rain this afternoon with a high of 74 in Little Rock. A 90% chance of rain overnight with a low of 59 degrees. Tomorrow, a few scattered showers will continue. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you'll always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
HR services should be simple, reliable, and stress-free. As payroll companies merge, the attention to your business can feel less personal and more complicated. At the Payroll Company, we are proudly independent, offering an employee hotline and dedicated payroll specialists who know your business. Get HR services done right, reliable and accessible every time. Because you deserve a payroll partner who puts you first. No mergers, just white glove service you can rely on to help you hire, manage, grow. The Payroll Company. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Can't listen to the radio? Don't worry. You can catch Morning Mayhem live every day. Just download the 1037 The Buzz app.
And I'm just trying to keep my daughters off the pole and my sons out of jail. Trying to get to church so I don't go to hell. I'm just trying to keep my wife from figuring out.
All right, you said JD was there, Josh?
He is.
Yeah, go ahead and hit the open, and we've got this thing coming up. Well, I don't know what it's going to be, but we know it's getting ready to fire at 7:30, so go ahead and hit the open if you can.
Big John is the winner of 2 major championships. He's a national sports icon who does it his way with no apologies. Over his decades-long career, he's raised millions of dollars for charities including his beloved Boys and Girls Club of Dardanelle and Arkansas Razorback for Life. JD is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Welcome to Moe's. Ask about us catering your next event online at cateringmoesar.com. Stepping off the tee box into the mayhem, it's John Daly.
All right. Good morning, JD. Is JD there?
He is there.
JD.
Can you hear me?
There you go, buddy. What's up, man? Good morning.
How about the Hawks sweeping Texas Longhorns at Brom Stadium? Hello, let's go.
Let's go.
Blue
That's
Pig.
Exactly right. Domination now moved up to number 3 in one poll, number 4 or 5 in the other. Yeah, that was the first time we've beat them, John, like that ever. We've never swept them in the.
That was kind of surprising to me.
It was.
I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
Dave Van Horn said that. By the way, John, I sent you that picture last night. We're at the Russellville Fire Department, not far from where you grew up in Dardanelle. At some point here at 7:30, there are going to be some noises that go off, and so we'll just pause during the conversation and let that finish out. And by the way, Justin Moore sort of laughed at us about how we looked. Somebody says here from Chris, huh? Well, I don't know what JM's talking about. I think Roger and Baz look badass in their fire outfits. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but y'all are badasses, Bazzel. But Roger, if he puts on a fire uniform, he's still going to be a midget.
Oh, wow. Good Lord. Wow. It's just not stopping it.
That's all right. No, that's all right. That's the alcohol talk.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's the 7:30
Hey, Rod,
alarm
you know
test.
I love you, but you are a midget, by the way.
Yeah, that's
I love
okay.
you.
That's all right, John. That's all right, John.
The other thing, JD, I saw where let's see if there's still is it still going on? Let's see. Yeah, last night, John, we got a fire alarm that went off at 3:45, and they had to go do a medical assist. We didn't go. We decided not to because it was too close to the show. But then we had another one at 7:30, 8 o'clock, where we went to a fire alarm at a commercial.
Did y'all sleep at the station?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't even know. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it was. You can't really get a good night's sleep because you know the alarm could go off any minute, and you got to go. I went out to use the bathroom at 3:45, and there was one of the firefighters. He's already dressed, going on the call. He goes, "You want to go?" I said, "No, we're getting too close to the show. Y'all go ahead and handle it."
They have their test is they have to get all that gear on and get moving in 90 seconds.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
under a minute and a half. That's how fast they get dressed to get on the fire.
Wow.
It's your test.
And they get that entire uniform on that you guys put on?
Yep.
The whole
If they-
big
what they're-
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
same
they-
thing.
They might
Wow,
have
that's
to zip up
that's
while they're on
unreal.
the truck, but at least they're doing it.
And what
Right.
what you got? What JD? What you saw me and Roger and yesterday, and Justin, you saw it too. That wasn't even all of it. We didn't even have all the equipment. It was heavier than a football uniform.
But
That's
y'all
why I
had
was-
the tank and stuff on, didn't you?
Yeah, sure did. Had the
Yeah.
oxygen
How
tank. It was-
heavy was that?
It was heavy. It was heavier than a football uniform. I was stunned how
Wow.
much it was. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, and then you got to fight a fire in it. Then it's 100 degrees outside, and it's heavy and sweaty, and I just have so much respect.
I'm terrified of fire. By the way, even as a child, like I was always afraid our house was going to burn down in the middle of the night.
And you still are. You go around and check the house at night, right?
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's a fear of mine.
Yeah. JD, I did see today we got another truck out here, a construction truck in front of us as well. I did see where the ladies are in the NCAA tournament in golf, and I think they had a great day yesterday. I think they were second overall. Yeah, second through the first round in the NCAA Columbus, Ohio regional. Ohio State's in first, Arkansas second, LSU's third, and so on. So that's a great day for the ladies, at least starting off.
Yeah, they're going to win. They're going to be number one. They're going to win everything. And then Lil John goes to Virginia next week. It's a tough regionals for the Hogs golf team because it's got Florida. It's got all the great teams that are like probably, I think, 7 out of the 14 teams or whatever going to the regionals in Virginia are in the top 5. 7, 6. Florida State. I mean, it's unbelievable. So regionals are going to be tough for the Hogs, but like I told Little John, I said, you're gonna be okay. Just finish the top 8, get in the match play, and there's not gonna be any win in Virginia because I always keep telling Coach Brad, I go, Coach, you've got to teach these kids 3-quarter golf shots. And for the viewers that are listening, 3-quarter golf shot, all you got to do is take one more club and choke down and hit it as hard as you can. It'll work. And me and Little John have been working on that. He's getting really good at it. And I think the Hogs in Virginia are going to do okay. I think they're going to make the NCAAs. I think they're going to finish second or third, maybe win regionals. They're young, but I think they're going to win regionals, and they're going to go to the NCAA.
Well, John, you called it today. We'll see if hopefully that's the case. You know, it's amazing talking about how good the SEC is. What sport is the SEC not dominant in? I mean, every sport that we cover, obviously basketball, we saw what happened. It was historic this year. Football is normally always that way. Baseball it is. Softball it is. Gymnastics it is. Golf it is. I mean, so hardly any sport where it seems like the SEC is not a dominant. It should be. I mean, that's what you expect out of it, out of the SEC. Now, John,
SEC has more NFL football players coming out of those colleges, basketball, golfers, everything. I mean, the SEC is the powerhouse of the top 5. There's nothing better than the SEC. The Big Ten, they got to add Oregon, Washington, or whoever they add. It doesn't matter. There's nothing better than the SEC.
do want to thank Moe's for sponsoring John Daly every
Moe's,
week.
thank you for having ground beef and great queso, by the way. I went in there the other day. It was so good.
Welcome to
It's always good.
Moe's.
Yeah,
I love it when they say welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
Yeah, what did you think about, JD, what did you think about Scotty Scheffler tying the PGA record for, what was he, 31 under? Is that what he was, I think? He tied the record.
You know, he has won 16 golf tournaments in 3 years on the PGA Tour.
That's nutty. Pretty darn good.
He's incredible. I mean, man, you know what I love about him? His swing's different than everybody else's. He slides his foot. His heels come up. And you can't teach that. That's God-given talent, and I love him. And I hope he keeps doing what he keeps doing because it's awesome to watch.
JD, if you were given, like, let's say 4 clubs, that's all you can play with anywhere in the world, and you're going against whoever, Tiger, Phil, Scheffler, whoever, which 4 clubs?
let's not even worry about the 4 clubs. If there was only 4 clubs in the bag, I'd have won 22 majors by now. and if you have 4 clubs, you're actually going to say, hey, let's do $100 Nassau or $10,000 a hole, whatever.
No.
These guys won't play me. They know they can't beat me with their own money.
I did see John Still
It's
never
so
likes
easy to play for everybody else's money, but when it comes to yours, these guys won't play me. Tiger said, there's no way, John Daly, that I would ever play you for money. You would kick my ass.
Yeah, no, I get that. So what would it be, though? Driver, putter, 7-iron, something like that?
It'd be a 3-iron, probably an 8-iron, an L wedge, maybe it'd be a 3-wood, 3-iron, 8-iron, and an L wedge, because I putt better with my L wedge than I do with an own putter, so I don't even need a putter.
You're ridiculous.
I did see. I ran across an old stat where, John, when you were in your prime, you were the long distance champion on the PGA Tour 9 of 10 years. I can't remember who the one year you didn't win it, but I knew that
there
you
you
were.
go.
He's still in his prime. What are you talking about?
Always talking about the one I didn't. That's further.
You did win 9 out of 10. Pretty darn good. Last thing before we let you go, thanks to Moe's again for sponsoring John Daly. And
Welcome to Moe's.
Since you just joined us, John, today is the birthday of Bob Seger. So Seger, is hard to believe this, is 80 years he's 80 years old today. Wow. What's your favorite Bob Seger song? You got Hollywood Nights, Against the Wind, We've Got Tonight, Old Time Rock and Roll, and a few others.
We Got Tonight. We Got Tonight, my favorite song by him.
What about you, JM?
Oh, man.
Hollywood Nights. Roger, what's the one in
maybe
no.
Down on Main Street.
All right, very nice. Yeah, I didn't even list that one.
Hey, Justin, you should record that song because you sing so good, buddy.
He does.
Well,
Against the
brother.
Wind. You got Against the Wind, Rod.
Hey,
you got,
Justin,
that's good.
while we got everybody on air, when are me and you going to write one?
Wow.
Let's go. Whatever. I mean,
let's go.
I'll be in.
Hey, we'll write a song. Let's go to Moe's.
yeah, exactly. There you go. I like it.
I'm just talking about endless ice cream.
I love you guys.
I love you, buddy. We'll let you go. I see Anna's pulling is getting the hook out.
Hey, go Hogs.
Go Hogs. See you, buddy.
All right, love
John
y'all.
Daly. Love you, buddy. Yeah, you know when John sort of is getting to the end, they were honest taking him.
Well, I hope that was Anna.
Yeah. What would be your song, Roger? What's the one with
Old Time Rock and Roll.
What is it? Old Time Rock and Roll. From you saw it in Risky Business.
Well, it was Risky Business. It was also the song that I won a free dinner to at the hotel when I mimicked that scene with Tom Cruise.
You did. I love
and
to
I
have it
used
on
that
tape.
dinner to propose to my wife. And 40 years later, she's still there. But this song kicks a little bit of booty.
Kathmandu. Mandu.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even mention Roger. I didn't mention Night Moves. Rambling Gambling Man.
Right.
Fire Lake.
Right.
And then was
Fire Lake's good.
Was Hollywood Nights the one in Beverly Hills Cop?
Hollywood. I don't.
No, Shakedown was.
Shakedown. That's what it was. Yeah.
The other one that I love, and it's more of a personal thing, is Turn the Page.
Oh yeah,
because it's about an entertainer traveling on the road, and
that's a great song.
Yeah, really good song.
I'll never forget.
Did he call you the M word?
He did.
Twice.
He did. Right, Roger?
He did.
Yeah,
I don't think you're supposed to say that word.
Well, you can tell John had either been up all night drinking or got up early drinking, or maybe a combination.
I love him so much.
if you just joined the show, we're at the Russellville Fire Department. Got a little ambiance with the fire.
Yeah, we do.
With the train going by.
Trains going by, goes by half a dozen. No, more than half.
And JD is not the tallest guy in the world, by the way.
No, he's not.
He's about our height, Raj.
Yeah, he's not much taller if he is.
To be fair, he did say I'm gonna have 3 more good boys and a few cigarettes before he came on. That was about a 10-minute span.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, that was about 7:20, and he got on at about 7:25. So
welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
He's an Arkansas treasure.
Yes.
An Arkansas treasure.
I love Raj goes. That's the alcohol talking.
He's right.
He's right for sure.
If you go to the webcam right now, Roger, what are we seeing? What are we seeing?
Fire truck.
This is the fire. No, that's not. Behind us is the $1.5 million ladder one.
That's it right there.
And we were asking too, what are the cool, back when we were growing up, it was emergency that was about EMTs and firemen and all that kind of stuff, and the shows now, or what did we find out? It was 9/11.
Chicago Fire.
Chicago Fire, yeah. Somebody mentioned that yesterday.
Rescue
too.
Me was on a while ago. That was on FX. Dennis Leary.
That is Chicago 911.
The one with Dennis Leary was probably the best, right?
Yes.
Or am I wrong?
Rescue Me was really good. It was a very, very good TV show.
What's it called?
Rescue Me with Dennis Leary.
That's a fire. I don't.
Yeah, I remember
About New York fireman.
He was the lead in that. He was
a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a post 9/11.
Fun fact. Do you know what famous actor? I say he's famous because all of us know him. I want to say it was a fireman before he became an actor.
Who's that?
It was. I want to say Steve Buscemi.
Is that right?
I want to say.
Is that really?
If not,
I would not have guessed that.
Let's look this up. It's either him or who's the guy that played. He's such a great actor. He played the murderer. Not that they weren't in Green Mile. What's his name? What's that actor's name?
I forget his name, but Steve Buscemi was a firefighter with the.
You got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Who knew? How about that?
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take the break, Justin. I will say this: Roger and I had a chance, obviously, to be with these guys yesterday afternoon, last night, and today. These are great guys, great dudes, but man, you can tell if you're doing this, man, you are fearless. You are one brave dude, and you
have to be.
Yeah. I mean, the old saying is that while everybody else is running out, you're running in. Being around these guys yesterday,
true story.
Some of them are laid back, won't say a word, but I'm gonna tell you what: when your life's on the line, they're going in
till you want.
Yeah, it's impressive. It really is. All right, we'll come back and visit with more of the firemen here at station number 1. Got a little Bob Seeger turning 80 today. I got to tell a story.
That's not anything. That's not old.
I'll never forget. I was at the Blue Bonnet Bowl in Houston, and we went up to a nightclub with a lot of the players, and we saw the security start getting to the door and open. This white limo pulls up, and about 10 women come piling out. And goes, well, who's in that? Last one to get off, Bob Seeger. Nice. Yeah, that was he's probably 60 then. Nice. All right, do not go away. 7:45 here in Morning Mayhem.
She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach.
Well, summer's finally here, and now that means you want to be active. You want to be on the lake. You want to be outside with your kids, but you don't want to be dealing with achy joint pain. Hey, everybody, it's RJ Honk. Are you tired of dealing with knee pain or hip pain? It's time to say enough is enough. Pills are not your answer. Surgery's not your answer. You need to call my friends over at QC Kinetics today. I know for a few months now you've been hearing me talk about the advanced regenerative medicine solution at QC Kinetics. And look, there are folks here in Central Arkansas that have tried it, and it's giving them their life back. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader at taking healing properties from your own body and applying them right to those achy joints, all without having pain meds or surgery. If you've got pain in your knees, back, shoulders, hips, you need to try out these life-changing results today. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can give you your life back today. It's QC Kinetics.
Roger Scott for Gravely Moors, working hard once again, making sure my lawn is lush, weed-free, and beautiful. By working hard, I mean, of course, I'm watching Bradley Owens mow it for me. Bradley, tell the good folks hello.
Well, hello.
That's enough right there, my good man. Pay attention, you missed a spot. What he didn't tell you is that you can take your very own Gravely Mower home today at 0% interest over 48 months. That's right, 0% interest on both residential and commercial mowers. Now, Bradley, tell them where you can go get your very own Gravely Mower.
Well,
I'll finish it for you.
at F.L. Davis in Greer's Ferry or Gravel Ridge Small Engine in Jacksonville.
Your phone always has plenty to say. But at Arkansas State Parks, the best connections don't need Wi-Fi. Just a campfire, a trail, or a canoe. The greatest memories are the ones you make outside. So go ahead, unplug, and unwind with the people you care about most. Pick your park and plan your adventure at ArkansasStateParks.com. Because moments to remember happen here.
Welcome to Moe's! Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, "Welcome to Moe's!"
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agent Matt Warden in Little Rock, Seth Hobbs in Bryant, or Nick Gennardi in Sherwood.
Save $600 on Hustler Turf Raptor Series mowers at Cabot Outdoors through May 31st. Hustler residential zero-turn mowers feature thick one-piece frame, welded steel decks for durability, and are powered by Kawasaki V-twin performance engines. Buy what the pros buy, where the pros buy, at your knowledgeable authorized Hustler dealer. Check out the Hustler Spring Sales event at Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street today. Offer valid through May 31st, 2025. Restrictions apply. See dealer for complete details.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. And Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat Meal Solutions items in the deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes along with a wide choice of entree and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat Meal Solutions now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken spaghetti for only $7.49 per pound with seasoned corn for $4.49 per pound.
This is Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. With Razorback baseball heating up this spring, the Wild Side is making a temporary move, airing Wednesday nights at 7 through the end of April. The Wild Side, the outdoor show you've been waiting for, only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Want to see our beautiful faces? Catch Morning Mayhem streaming live every day on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Just search 103.7 The Buzz.
Right, it is 7:48.
I love this song.
One in Russellville. Yeah, a little Al Green. Good stuff. I do want to say, Roger, we need to say hello to Kelly from Dardanelle Regional Cardiopulmonary Rehab. Came by. She listens every day.
Okay.
Andrew White's mother, Karen White, the grandma of the little girl who had
She's a 609er.
Yeah, had the ball taken away from had the ball taken at UCA. We're getting the ball back from Bree Ellisine. We're going to give her that today.
That's awesome.
She listens. Rowdy came by. Oh, well, that thing is loud, isn't it? We have to apologize for the ambiance. But we also, too, there's a lot of folks who are sending in messages for, it's Teacher Appreciation Day. No way we can get to everybody. But all you teachers out there, just like the firemen and fire ladies, we appreciate you. It's also National Nurses Day. I don't know why everything is on this day. Morning Mayhem is fully assembled. JM on the line.
Don't apologize, Baz. It's not that bad.
That's right.
And
I have on Harrison Scott's uniform.
Oh, yes.
I have on his shirt. So they're just giving the shirt off their back. That's what they do.
Now, Justin, I wish
there's an
Samantha?
echo all of a sudden now.
We got an echo all of a sudden?
Yeah, there
let's
was
see
no
here.
echo
Let me take this off. Wait, say something real quick, Chris. Oh, that's what it is. Now, Justin, go to the webcams, and I want you to look at Chris Vick. He's the Chief of Professional Standards and Training. Check out the mustache on Chris Vick. It's a world-class mustache.
I can only see you two right now at the camera.
Stand by.
Y'all's camera.
Roger's turning.
And tilt y'all's camera up just a bit. Boom, perfect. Oh, I think we lost them now. Is that echo? Where is that echo coming from? I wonder if they can hear. They can't hear us. Sure.
Yeah, that's a.
Let's see.
That's a stud mustache.
That's one hell of a mustache. Did you see the picture of the dog, Justin? They just sent us one.
I don't see a dog.
Check our Morning Mayhem group chat. I'm terrible at texting them and talking at the same time. All right, they must have hit something. We lost them.
Are they off?
Yeah, they
just
are.
You and I.
Yeah, it's just us. And I'm wondering where that echo is coming from. Let's see. They're at the Central Fire Station in Russellville.
Do we have the firefighter?
He's sitting there. They're talking to him, and they've got no idea that they're not off the air.
But we don't have him.
We do not.
Okay.
We do not have them.
So
at
it's
all.
just you and I. Okay.
Yeah. It's 7:51. They're at the Central Fire Station in Russellville. We'll try and get. Is that right? Russellville. Not Russellville.
I have no idea where they are.
Yes,
but did you see the images of those guys? I guess it was
suits?
last night, yesterday, whatever.
Yeah, I think they went in the hot box too. Like I think they put them in the box. Well, I think they did the full thing. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do it.
I'm not sure how hot they made it on them, but the gear is heavy. Roger said earlier that once he put the suit on, he needed to scratch his nose, which is a lot like I don't know. It seems pretty claustrophobic. Have you ever had like a chest
they're in
MRI?
the uniforms right now.
No, they're not. They were yesterday. I think they put them through like the paces. And
no,
then,
I just see Raj in the blue.
He's got the slicker
top.
on. Yes, the slicker on. But it's like, have you ever had an MRI, Justin, where like they put you in the tube?
Yes.
Yeah, I hate it. Are you claustrophobic?
Time. Yes.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
It's awful, and that's what I imagine them being in the fire suits is like.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I get it.
Also, so we'll try and get them back tomorrow. They'll be at Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, and then there's one more place. I forget what they are on Friday. Coming up 8:00. Rick Schaefer jumped to 8. I saw the D3 Auto Sales text line. Somebody said, "Hey, is Rick coming on later?" Yep, we flipped Rick to 8 p.m. Or 8 p.m. 8 a.m. He'll be on there. We'll play some Family Feud. I don't think we'll have Chuck Gatlin today. And if you missed it, some Arkansas baseball stuff, go back and listen to Cam Kojal yesterday. Justin, he had a home run, I believe, in the first game of the series, I want to say.
He hit it off the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, and then Robinette hits one over the scoreboard. Baz and I were talking yesterday, but the radio call from Phil is so good. He said, "Great call." He said Cam Kojal's going to fish that.
Phil's really good.
He said Cam's going to fish it out of the river the
opinion.
next day. He said Cam's going to catch that ball the next day, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, that was good.
Great call on that. The ball swims with the fishes. Anyway, I don't know where did we drop off, Josh? Do you recall?
Right when I told you all to tilt your camera, I'm trying to figure out where that echo is coming from now. Are y'all hearing that on your end?
We do not.
Okay.
I am.
But Roger will.
Roger will have anything going on in the production room?
I can check that. Let's see. I just turned that on.
Justin, what I was saying too, I was saying what's amazing is that the Razorback softball team, obviously wins the series against LSU. They're number 1 in one poll, number 2 in another, but yet they're the 5th seed in the SEC softball tournament in Athens this weekend. 5th. But yet they're 1 in one poll, number 2 in the other.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Just shows you how competitive that the SEC
it's like
is.
baseball, football, basketball.
Yep.
I mean,
absolutely nuts. I did see a weird thing today I want to get to a little bit later. We'll have Rick Schaefer. Did you see where Jeff Long is part of the college football playoff committee again? Sort of odd. He's been out of. He's been out of the sport.
And he's odd. No, I know him personally. He's an odd person, and I know you do too. But
one of the reasons he's probably not here anymore. That's exactly right. We are here at the Russellville Fire Department Station Number 1. Chris Vick is here, Chief of Professional Standards and Training. He says maybe the speaker has been there the whole time, though. That can't be it. Chris, I got to tell you, we just appreciate all you guys do. The vote for the ones at sales tax to continue funding you guys is next Tuesday.
Correct.
And I know you probably like to say, hey, we appreciate the support. And it funds not only you guys, but others too.
Right. It supports everything, Parks and Rec, the police department, all the main projects for, capital improvement through that 1 cent sales tax. So, again, we've been talking about it all morning. The council and the citizens have been willing to fund the best for everybody. And like I said, we couldn't be more blessed than that. So.
We're going to ask a real firefighter here. Your favorite firefighting movie is Backdraft accurate? Is it? Because you guys were talking last night, going, you know what? You wouldn't be able to see somebody on the other side of that warehouse. It would be impossible because the smoke would be so thick you couldn't see. And you said it would be so hot. They were around fire and they could get close to it and they act like it was no big deal.
I would say, no doubt, Backdraft is probably the best movie. Is it accurate and all that? Probably not. But everything we hear about a Chicago fire, and they've got these big masks, and they can see all the way to the other room. It's pretty unrealistic.
It is. Justin, we were in this firebox yesterday, and we couldn't see a foot in front of us. The smoke was so heavy. We had all the equipment on. You could not see a foot.
I would have freaked
in front of us.
out.
Yeah. Because somebody said, Justin doesn't like the fire. He's got to get his fire detector working. So I think he's got those working now. But it was remarkable. It was remarkable, Chris, being in that box, in that controlled fire yesterday. What would it be, 800?
Just 7
degrees?
Yeah,
800.
I think the first one we did a fire behavior to let you see it grow and where it comes to and watch rollover. And you were probably sitting at about 770 on that one. So it's pretty hot. So the next one you went into was almost 800.
Y'all didn't climb up that ladder, did you?
No, we didn't. No.
Okay.
What was funny, yes, Chris, Justin, we were talking about how hot it was in there, and Roger started making an analogy. I cook my pizza. If I cook my pizza at
400 degrees for 35 minutes. In there, I could probably cut it in 10 to 15.
Yeah, you could really narrow down your cooking times in there for sure.
No doubt.
Justin, the other thing we did, we took our glove off, and they said, get down. We got to get down at the floor. Raise your hand another 4 feet above you. And I'm telling you, it's like putting your hand in fire. It was that hot. And then you got on how much? What is the weight of all that gear? What's a ballpark figure?
I would say with that in your air pack, with all your turnout gear, you're pushing 40 plus pounds.
40 pounds, and you think about the guys in 9/11 climbing stairs because you
carrying more stuff.
It's just the physical demand.
That would be me going from 145 to 185.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oof.
Well, Chris, we got to slide down the pole. We got 2 poles here. We're going to do that right now. There have been not casualties, but there have been injuries before. It may be a casualty somewhere in America. I don't know. But we're going to do it. Also, we'll visit with Rick Schaefer when we come back. This is something, Roger, we've been talking about, sliding down the fireman's pole for quite some time now.
Yes, if we are talking about the same thing.
All right, let's go do it.
Are you doing it like as a naked gardener?
No, you couldn't go down it.
That's pole burn.
Pole burn. All right, don't leave us. 8 o'clock here, Money Mayhem.
Just give me a call. Don't stop me. Have a good time. Don't stop. Yes, have a good time. I don't want to stop at all.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Gear up for spring and summer fun with Doug Reynolds Suzuki and CF Moto's Rev and Ride Sale. A huge selection of fully loaded ATVs and side-by-sides on the lot, ready to move. Save up to $1,500 off and 1.99% APR with approved credit on select models. Doug Reynolds Suzuki, I-30 Little Rock, or DougReynoldsSuzuki.com. CF Moto recreational vehicles are intended for off-road use only and can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Live fan feedback on 103.7 The Buzz is powered by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, more than a lumber yard.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new level.
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The Franklin County prison debate continues. State Senator Brian King is asking Governor Sanders for a different plan. In a previous legislative session, lawmakers set aside $75 million for capital improvements for the Department of Corrections. It's being used to lay the groundwork for a 3,000-bed prison in Franklin County. King says it was meant to go to expanding the facility at Calico Rock in Izard County, which he believes will be a faster, cheaper option. Governor Sanders previously said the state needs more prison capacity, and Franklin County is the best location for it. Months after it was first rejected by voters, the North Little Rock millage is back. If passed this time, it will complete several projects across the school district. Those would happen at the middle school, along with renovating Old Main and building an indoor sports activity complex. Early voting runs through May 12th. Election Day is May 13th. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live and cooked Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely this afternoon. Cloudy sky will dominate the day until the rain does arrive in Little Rock between 3 and 4 o'clock. It's a 70% chance of rain today with a high of 74. Rain most likely tonight. 90% chance of rain and an overnight low of 59. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
Roger Scott for Family Market Stores. Hey, we get it. You've got options. You could shop anywhere for grocery, snacks, or gas. But you know what? You chose us, Family Market Stores, and we couldn't be more thrilled. So we've got a little something to show you just how much we appreciate you. Save 5 cents a gallon every time you fill up with your Family Market Rewards card at any of our 4 locations. Craving a large fountain drink or a fresh cup of community coffee? That's another 5 cents off a gallon. Hydrate and save, people. It's genius. Use your rewards card inside any Family Market location to stack up on even more savings. You'll wonder how you ever shopped without it. Oh, and don't forget Big Monday. Mid-grade gas at the price of regular? Yes, please. And if you're cruising down I-40, stop by our brand new Mayflower convenience store. Grab a fresh Bahama Mama, fill up your tank, and fuel your adventure. Family Market Stores, saving you money and making you smile in Pangburn, Malvern, Shannon Hills, and Mayflower. Shop smart, save big, and stay awesome. Family Market Stores.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fellas, are you and your spouse looking to lose weight in time for summer? Head on over to Low T Center for prescription weight loss treatment options, including semaglutide. If you qualify for treatment, you can get a free B12 shot when you start. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and that's your home and your business. So if your business needs a touch-up, call CertaPro Painters and let them handle the job for you. They provide excellent workmanship, quality, and a worry-free process for both residential and commercial spaces, all at the right price. You've got to focus on your business. Let them focus on your painting. Schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Get your estimate scheduled today at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Motorcycle riders are just like you and me. They could be your neighbor, your friend, your doctor, or maybe the pastor in your local church. More motorcycles are on the road than ever before in Arkansas, and it's time we started looking out for them. Look back a second time before you make that turn, or before you pull out in an intersection. It might take 2 seconds, but it just might save a neighbor's life. Take 2 for Arkansas. It's worth it. Look twice for motorcycles. A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Do you want to know the secret to making a Whataburger? The secret is, there is no secret. It's simple. We make every Whataburger hot, fresh, and made to order with our never frozen 100% American beef patties, crisp, juicy veggies, fresh toasted buns. And most importantly, we don't start cooking until after you order. Now, if you want to know an actual secret, I put grilled jalapenos on my Whataburger. Whataburger, just like you like it.
HR services should be simple, reliable, and stress-free. As payroll companies merge, the attention to your business can feel less personal and more complicated. At the Payroll Company, we are proudly independent, offering an employee hotline and dedicated payroll specialists who know your business. Get HR services done right, reliable and accessible every time. Because you deserve a payroll partner who puts you first. No mergers, just white glove service you can rely on to help you hire, manage, grow. The Payroll Company. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem. Please. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
The Moretti's!
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
They're below or above the Navy?
Here is David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
Smart ass. All right, it is 8:06. Morning Mayhem has assembled. Justin Moore out at Moore Mountain pulling Josh Neighbors in Little Rock in the studio. Roger and I here in Russellville at the impressive Station Number 1, Central Fire Station of the Russellville Fire Department. Thanks to them for their kind hospitality. It's been a great 24 hours and an eye-opening time, too. I thought that I had a respect for firefighters, Roger and Justin. But I'll tell you, after what we did yesterday, it is a whole new ball game. It's so ironic that our poll or our one of our media things today in our notes for that we get every day is a poll: who's got the toughest job in America? I swear not. It came out today. Firefighters number one, and no surprise there on that. But it just the fact that it was
is that
on
right?
today.
Wow,
and,
cool.
Yeah, firefighter was number one, and I'll go through the list a little bit
I
later. We
believe
just went down the poll. I can't tell you. Almost 50 pounds of gear.
Did you post it?
Without even any.
Yeah, it's on Facebook and on Twitter. The video's up.
Not to be morbid or negative in any way, but imagine all those guys running up those stairs of the Twin Towers with all that gear on.
About that. I know.
And I mean,
it's hard to,
50, 60, 70 flights of stairs. I mean, unreal.
Yeah. Not only that, they had
unreal.
dodging the debris to get to the towers themselves.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then when they opened the door to get trying to fight fires like that, and listen, I was tired just walking flat-footed, not even climbing steps yesterday. Roger
and knowing I'm not getting back down.
Yeah, there's a good chance of it.
Ooh.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so impressive.
Thank you, sir.
This is a really eye-opening deal for us. Have a whole new respect.
Yeah.
For what firefighters do. Let's check it. We had to move Rick Schaefer from 7:05 to 8:05. Is he there, Josh? Let's check
Listen,
in with him
mister. Mister.
Rick Schaefer on Morning Mayhem is brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. Edwards Food Giant. Meat people, the only stop you'll ever need to make your family's grocery needs.
Good morning, Rick.
You guys could have skipped me this week when you're thinking about what you're doing, and we take so many services for granted. We take people for granted. You see a policeman, he's got somebody pulled over for speeding, you think, okay, how many times do they walk into danger where they don't know if they're coming out? Same thing with firefighters. I cannot imagine going into a fire, and I know they've got the suits on and everything else, but there is occasions when they don't come out. You think about the military, and you think, well, they're just out there. We're not fighting any big wars right now. Well, but we're stationed where we could have war. And so we should never take those people for granted because every day they're trying to protect us. So thank you for what you're doing. You and Roger look great in those uniforms you sent me yesterday. I noticed you let Roger come down the pole first. He's probably a little younger than you, David, and probably in a little bit better shape. And so, anyway, I saw you kind of flexing flexing your knees when you came down. I didn't see Roger doing that. So, yeah.
Well, he did ask me if he wanted to go first, and I said, "Well, let me go so you can see how fast you can go." And when he did have a little ballerina landing, but it all worked out. And you're right, Rick. The reason that we're here. And one thing that it opened our eyes was, in fact, of what they do, and we could not be without them, because there's 3 stages. You've got one where that first fire engine goes in, and they're going in the house. Whoever's there first goes in the house, and they take care of it. They don't know if the gas has been turned off or anything yet, so they go in there. And then the other one, second one comes in, and they're there to make sure everything is stable on the outside and keep everything moving. And then a third one comes in, and I hope I got that right. Then a third one comes in, and they're walking the perimeter to make sure that gas is turned off and all that going on. So all of that's happening, and we are oblivious to it. When Baz and I go to bed at night, and you and I go to bed at night, if that alarm goes off, all right, we get up and we yawn and we go to work. But when we went to bed last night, there was the anticipation, and it happened
twice,
that the alarm would go off in the middle of our sleep, and we'd have to get up and go. But it was a non-emergency that happened at 2:45. And it was a lift, is what it was. Somebody had fallen out of their wheelchair.
Hey, so do they get called when there's like a paramedic kind of call?
Yes,
as
they're
well,
EMTs.
or no?
Yeah, they're EMTs.
Okay.
Most of their calls are medical calls, Justin.
And depending on the town, depending on how big the town is, and all of that.
Little Rock, we have MIMS, and MIMS does a lot of it. But here in Russellville, when a medical emergency is needed, they call the fire department, and all these guys are EMT trained.
That's what I thought.
And
Wow.
Yeah, not only EMTs are firemen. But here's the crazy thing, y'all. Listen, we were talking yesterday. The starting salary, what was it, Roger?
Just a little over 50, maybe?
So the starting salary is 50. If you've been here, you've been firefighting.
It should be 150.
Oh, there's no question, Justin.
Yeah.
You know what they said? They go. Listen. One of them been there. I said, well, tell me, what about those with tenure? What about like 20-plus years? One of them was there. He said, listen, I've been working for 23 years as a fireman. My pay is $72,000.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, you should be $100,000 plus. Oh my gosh!
Well, easily.
And listen, that's why these guys don't do it for the money, but these guys are underpaid for the challenge that they do, the physical demands that they do.
That's a special human being.
Well, think about the physical shape you do have to be in. I tell you, it's interesting. So when they had the 1990 Final Four reunion for basketball, 2 or 3 months ago, those guys came back. You know, the only guy that looked almost like he did in 1990, it was Arlen Bowers. Arlen Bowers has been on the Memphis Fire Department staff.
How about that?
Since he left school. And he fought fires for years. Now I think he trains people.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's what he always. That's what his nickname was, Truck, because when he was a kid, he loved when the fire trucks came by, and so even when he was at Arkansas, that's what he always wanted to do, and that's what he's done. And you know what? He is still incredibly fit. Do you know? Okay, so 1990, so he's going to be at least 54, 55 years old. He can bench press over 400 pounds. Arlen Bowers.
Wow.
Because of the condition he had to be in.
Yeah.
To do that. And again, I don't think he goes into the fires anymore, but he did for so many years. And so what admiration we should have. But yeah, the physical shape you have to be in to do that. I mean, you got to. What if there's an adult that weighs 300 pounds that's in there and laying in bed? You got to get him out of there.
Yeah. No. And then you have to continue to be in that kind of shape. Yesterday, I was embarrassed of how bad out of shape I was and how fatigued I was after just for a few minutes. I was like, listen, I didn't even firefighter. I didn't fight a fire. I just stood inside that box for about 5 minutes. That was it.
It makes me appreciate leg day. And what we found out, what we also found out earlier, Rick, to your point, as far as some of them may not come out, number one death with firemen is suicide.
Yeah, that's tough.
And a lot of that has to the obvious is when they go in and they may find a child who has who's died, let alone an adult.
It's just like war.
Not that one. Yeah. Of course it is. So I mean, what they go through, I can't fathom. I never can.
If we had not done, we'll get to sports in just a second. If we had not done that yesterday, it would have changed the show today for me.
Yeah.
After doing that yesterday, just to put the gear on, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Before we even went in there, listen, I'm already gassed by just putting on this darn uniform and 50 pounds, and I played football all my life.
It was like two a day, and you had 2 a day.
It was, and then just it was heavier equipment. You could barely breathe. You're in pitch black dark, and it is so hot. Your body is hot. You can.
Let me tell you how heavy and hard it is to be lead on that, to be nozzle man on that hose.
Roger engaged that hose and about knocked him over yesterday. Almost blew him off his feet.
It was
what's the okay? You talked about a guy that's been there 20 years, but what's the average age? I'm going to guess late 20s, 30s.
Well,
those guys are in good shape, right?
Yeah.
So
you got to be
35
is the oldest you can be.
Yeah.
Okay, 35. There you go. Well, then that's
get in.
Then that's why it's harder for you guys. So I'm saying this year. So this year, or excuse me, this past weekend was one of the most wonderful experiences I've had. They brought back the 1985 baseball team. So there was 22 of them.
Yeah.
So these guys are all your age, David. They're six. They were your
we were there in class.
your
85
contemporaries.
My senior year.
So they're anywhere from 18 to 62. I mean, 58 to 62 years old, and so they had the best time. I loved listening to the stories. So many of them came back, even during the games. They weren't watching the games; they were talking to each other. And I get that because many of them hadn't seen each other in that long. Yep. At the same time, we're sitting up there on the Mackey area, which is above right field. I'm watching them talk, and I'm looking down at the field at the 18 to 21-year-olds running in the field, getting ready to play the game. There's a huge difference in generations there. This is what these guys used to do. It's what David Bazzel used to do. But you reach a certain age, you can't do that anymore. And so that's why I think we get so into, this team didn't do any good, or, oh, my gosh, they've lost 3 series in a row. Appreciate the skills those guys have because they don't have them for long. And we can talk about NIL and transfer portal and how long players play and all that kind of stuff. The skills that God has given them, they don't have for long, those physical skills, just like you saw the firemen. You guys couldn't do that anymore. They can. So maybe instead of saying this guy didn't do what I expected him to, well, maybe he did more than you could do. So let's don't criticize them because they're doing the best they can.
Hey, Rick.
Justin.
Two-part question.
Yeah.
To me, Aloy in my lifetime,
oh my God,
and we've had some good ones.
Yeah.
Is the best shortstop that I've seen.
Yeah, he's the best shortstop ever here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So that answers that one question. And then we always talk about the basketball team, and we compare the Mayday, the Big O team to the 94 team, and which is the best team ever. What's the best Razorback baseball team, in your opinion, that you've seen?
Wow, that's a tough one. Okay, so I still have to go back to, all right, the 3 best players in Razorback school history are Kevin McReynolds, Jeff King, and Andrew Benintendi. Yeah. And Jeff was back. It was the first time he'd been on campus in 40 years. Hadn't been back since he played.
Unreal.
So it was
well, that's what brought it up
there.
to me was Jeff King being back.
Jeff King is the only Razorback in any sport to be the
got
first
selected
player
by
picked.
the Pirates, right?
Yeah, and he was the first player picked in the draft. So anyway, his teams were pretty good. I tell you, the 85 team could make a case for it. They had a substitute in center field. Mike Loggins was hurt, and leading Texas 7-0. And a center fielder misplayed a fly ball that would have been the 3rd out of an inning, and instead he didn't catch it, and the bases were loaded. And Texas scored 3 runs and came back to win. That team could have won the World Series. The 79 team had Kevin McReynolds, Johnny Ray, and Ron Reynolds. McReynolds and Ray both played in the major leagues for a long time, and Reynolds did for a while. But get this. All 3 pitchers, and this is back when you didn't play quite as many games, all 3 starters, and you only use 3 starters, all of them won in double figures. And they had a pitcher named Steve Kruger, who I still think is as good as anybody that's ever pitched at Arkansas. He was 10-2 as a junior, lost the national championship game on an unearned run 2-1, and he was 13-0 as a senior. And he always pitched complete games. It wasn't like, hey, he gave us 6 innings, wasn't that great? He always pitched complete games. So the 79 team, certainly, and what was it, 2018 that the fly ball dropped, that they could have won the national championship? You think about that.
That was 18.
Team. Yeah, 18. That team was awfully good too. So I think those 3 teams were probably the best, 85, 79, and 18.
So what are your thoughts on this team?
This year, okay, and let me say this about Aloy.
If you compare them to the teams you just spoke of.
Okay, 79's pitching staff was the best pitching staff. They also had Bill Bakewell in the bullpen. If it was the 9th inning, you had a lead, the game was over. There was never a threat of blowing a lead in the 9th inning.
It was kind of like Kevin Kopps that year.
Yes, And had that team gone further, you could throw that team in there because they were number one for like 10 or 12 weeks in the season. How does this team compare? I'm not sure the starting pitching compares to any of those three teams. Okay, another guy I didn't mention from 85 was Kevin Campbell, who pitched quite a while in the major leagues. So that they had a starting staff that was better than this one. Now, if Zach Root pitches like he did against Texas for the rest of the season, that's going to be a huge boost. And then I think the combination of Gage Wood and Gabe Geckel, if you throw those two and figure one of them can throw 5 or 6 innings and the other one finishes the game, that's like having a really good number 2 starter. Number 3 starter's a little unsettled. I mean, Cheese, they kept scoring runs for him and he kept giving up runs. So I'm not sure he's been what we expect him to. And the bullpen has been iffy at times. We've been real high on Ben Bybee, and then against Texas, they pretty well lit him up. So I don't know. But now the offense, this may be as good an offensive team as Arkansas has ever had. I love what you said about Aloy. I think somebody would have to do the research on this. But the two Aloys, when you look at their numbers, I cannot imagine two brothers who are teammates on the same college team ever having numbers like this.
Yeah, nuts.
Lakiva's hitting 376. Coy is hitting 359. They've combined to hit 29 home runs. OPS, I've shared this a lot on Drive Time Sports. OPS is a number that, it became big maybe 10 years ago. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage. And a lot of people look at that as maybe the determining number on how good somebody is. 800 in the major leagues is regarded as good. Right now, Aaron Judge, who's having an incredible year, he's like over 1,200. And it's not going to last for the whole season, but he is. Okay, Wakiva Aloy is at 1182. 1182. I don't know if we've ever seen a number like that at Arkansas. And then his brother is at 1061. So again, 800 is really good. And say that's amazing. And these two guys are brothers. So
and look at the exit velo when those two guys hit it. I mean, even if they get out, they're over 100 most times.
Well,
I mean, not all the way, or not all the time, but yeah, they're hitting it hard every time.
The big thing to me, Rick, is the fact they can stack these guys, and there's protection in the lineup. Like
there is.
I mean, the good baseball teams, you always see it. Like the 2019 Nationals are a good example. It's like good luck getting through Schwarber, Turner, and Soto 3 times a game, right?
Yeah,
good luck getting through Judge and Soto, 3 times a game. Good luck getting through Shohei and Mookie Betts.
Right.
You stack guys like
and
that.
Freddie Freeman, yeah.
Right, exactly. You're going to end up having good results.
That's right. But this one's top to bottom. I mean, against Texas, Justin Thomas is batting 9th. He hits a home run. He's hit 8 home runs this year. He was batting 9th in that series. And then you look at people who were worried about Brent Iredale because he went 0 for 18. Well, guess what? He's back. And he's hit 12 home runs. And
hey, that's baseball.
He hit one the other day. And how about Davalon? We talked about these home runs that Robinette hit, and he did. And what was cool is being up there on the Mackey deck, which is in right field, and seeing those balls come that direction. And you're thinking, man, the one Robinette hit, holy smokes. We think it may have cleared the pond behind the scoreboard. But
that's crazy.
Mike Loggins texted me after I mentioned that and said the one Davalon hit went further than that. So, these, I've never been to exit velocity and all that. But if you hit a 500-foot home run.
Big one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That Thursday night, you sure did. You know, here another crazy stat that I wasn't aware of. I heard either Bubba or Phil say that Zach Root, and I think I can't remember when he said it exactly, but I'm going to guess. But he said his performance in that first game against Texas, the 8 innings. He's the first pitcher to go 8 innings in over 2 years.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hagen never did?
No. That's what
didn't Hagen have a 7-inning complete game?
Yeah. No,
but
Hagen. That's why I mentioned Steve Kruger. The guy pitched complete innings. And Rich Irwin pitched on that team, Scott Tabor. I told you that if they needed somebody in the ninth, if you needed somebody in the 9th inning, that it was over, and that's true. But with him in the 9th, but for the most part, those guys pitched complete games. Whereas I remember Blaine Knight in 2018, I think he went 13-0, something like that.
He was
never-
undefeated, I know that.
He never pitched the 9th inning. I'm not sure he ever pitched the 8th inning. It was like, hey, give us 6 innings, and isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
And baseball has changed, but I still go back to that. And then that team had Matt Cronin, who was the same thing until until that pop fly dropped. Matt Cronin was untouchable in the 8th or 9th inning. But
Which
by the time
he did
that
his job
happened, he
on
had
that.
too many pitches.
That one too.
That's right.
You got to have you got to catch that ball.
Yep, that's right.
Rick, I
Right
did want to
fielder.
say I got the pleasure of meeting your brother, which
Yeah.
was I don't think I've ever met your brother before. So
He
he was very nice.
He lives in Houston. He worked for the Houston Chronicle for 33 years, just left that job, and he's doing some stringing for Major League Baseball for when the visiting teams come in and play the Astros. But he was a student in 1985, and he traveled a lot with the baseball team. So we didn't have the staff that the sports information staff has today.
Yeah.
And so
Is he like you? Is he like you, Rick? Is he smart like you? Recall all that kind of stuff?
Oh, smarter. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
No way.
Well, it's interesting because there's a 14-year gap between us. And by the time he was 2 or 3 years old, my dad was not a factor in the home. So he kind of looked at me as not only big brother, but almost kind of a father figure too.
Right,
So my interests became his interests. Now he goes overboard sometimes. I grew up with 60s music. Well, he's got all of that, and he likes 70s music too. I think he's seen the Rolling Stones in person 17 times.
Oh,
and,
good.
Wow.
And he's a big Bob Dylan fan, and he saw him earlier this year. So we like the same
He's got to be a
music.
baseball guy, right?
And he loves baseball now. Unfortunately, he grew up in the days of WGN, and I was out of the home by then, so he's a humongous
Cubs
Cub fan. Yeah.
Gross.
But
Could you imagine Rick and his brother in like a trivia competition?
oh, he would
sports?
win. He would win.
Oh, listen, both of you together would be unstoppable. I will say this, Rick, before we let you go. Do want to thank Edwards Food Giant for sponsoring.
Yes, sir.
Sponsoring
Thank you,
Rick.
Edwards Food Giant.
It was such a great weekend in Fayetteville to be able to take my dad and watch Friday night.
Well, don't forget who else you
Texas.
took, because I met her for the first time. Boy,
Jessica,
David.
yes, Jessica.
What?
Jessica was
What'd
there.
you do
Yes.
to get her? My gosh.
She feels sorry for me, I guess.
Does he
He
think
eats in
that's
bed.
it?
That's what he did. He eats in bed.
Anyway,
And then-
your dad. I don't think I'd ever met your dad. I met your mom. But
Is that right?
was
Well,
cool. I
and then
don't
to do
think so.
that, and then to go over to a Bogle and
Yeah.
watch us get the series win,
Yeah.
and that pitcher for us, who was a freshman, shut him down, and
Yeah.
perfect weather, great 2 days. Arkansas, and listen, Dave Van Horn even said, I cannot believe that Arkansas has never swept Texas in the history of the series going back to 1902. He wasn't aware of it. I don't think anybody, you probably knew it, Rick, but how shocking is that? But it was a great weekend.
Yeah,
it was a great weekend.
It really was, and that's why in sports, appreciate it while you're enjoying it, and that's the joy of it. We can all go back and talk about it and everything else, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so you better appreciate today. And that's the same thing in life. But I'm thinking, okay. And Randy, I don't know if Randy does this just so we can dispute each other on the radio every now and then, but it's, oh my, I'm concerned about this, I'm concerned about that. They've lost 3 series in a row. It's baseball, don't get it concerned, but they just swept Texas. That's no guarantee they're going to go beat LSU. LSU's really good too. If the series goes as you would expect, somebody's going to win 2 out of 3. You wouldn't expect a sweep, but there's no guarantee what you do tomorrow based on what you've done today, except that, as we talked about this team overall, this is really a good offensive team, and you got to figure that no matter how good LSU's pitching is, Arkansas is going to score some runs, so Arkansas's pitching needs to be good too. But yeah, the weekend was extraordinary. The weather was great, and it just, again, you don't get that very often. Sweeping Texas, I do have to say, you really have to control your emotions on disliking somebody. When I see those Texas uniforms, it just all comes up.
Do
again.
you? Same with me, Rick. Same with me. I was sitting there.
It all comes back.
Okay, I hate that burn.
So how about this? So you weren't there. So you weren't there Saturday. So it's nothing. You knew it was a big game to Texas because they'd lost 2 in a row. You knew they probably felt embarrassed. They'd only scored 1 run, and so I'm sure they thought we're going to get them today. So in the second inning, they have a guy hits a 3-run home run. And I know there's a little more celebrating today than there used to be.
Right.
but he's going around the bases.
I heard.
They just won the World
yeah.
Series. The whole bullpen is up, jumping up and down. It's like, somebody just gave every one of them a first-round draft pick. They're all first-round. They're jumping up and down and all that. And I'm looking at that and thinking, this is the second inning. You guys have just been beaten twice. I'm not sure that's a good idea. And, of course, Kahualoy comes up and hits a 2-run homer in the bottom of the inning, and then Arkansas comes back, and then Texas took another lead, and Arkansas comes back. And I'm thinking, you just, when you're at somebody else's field and you haven't won yet, that's not the way you behave. And, of course, since it was Texas, it really made me even think less of them.
Well, Rick, great stuff as always. It was fun meeting your brother. Good seeing you at a game and enjoying that.
Yeah,
great to be a part of that
great to see
weekend.
you all.
Just a wonderful weekend in Fayetteville. We'll talk to you next week. Hopefully we'll have more good news about the women at the SEC tournament and about the guys down in Baton Rouge. So.
Absolutely. Okay, and great to be on with Justin. Usually he's not quite there at 7 o'clock, so thanks. I'm glad he was with us today. 8
Well,
o'clock
you're
your
on
time.
you're on a
your
little
time.
later.
Well, I am
today.
Look,
so
you're a guy, hey, when you perform, you're performing a lot later than I'm up. So
yes, sir.
I get that.
I work in the PM, not the AM.
I get that.
All right,
All
Rick,
right,
thanks,
y'all have
buddy.
a super day.
Thanks to Edwards Food Giant as
You
well.
too.
All right, when we come back,
Thanks, Rick.
We'll have a couple firemen on and play a little family feud. Chuck Gatlin will tell us about BuzzBQ coming up this Saturday. Do not go away. We're live from the Russellville Fire Station, Central Fire Station. That's station number 1. Don't go away.
Coach Kevin Kelly on the Zone is presented by the Woodrock Athletic and Racket Club. It's pool season. Join today and save 40% off the joining fees the month of May only. LRAC.com.
This is Sports Center.
The newest rankings are out from D1Baseball.com. A bit of surprise as Arkansas jumps up 3 spots from number 10 to number 7. They do so after a 3-game sweep of the Texas Longhorns. Texas remains number 1 in the country. They're followed by number 2 Florida State, number 3 LSU, number 4 North Carolina, and then number 5 Oregon. Rounding out the top 10, number 6 Georgia, number 7 Arkansas, number 8 Auburn, number 9 Clemson, and then number 10 Oregon State. Arkansas softball has achieved the number 1 ranking in the Softball America rankings. They are number 1, followed by number 2 Texas A&M, number 3 Florida State, number 4 Oklahoma, and number 5 Tennessee. It's the first time the Hogs have ever been ranked number 1 in the country. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely late this afternoon. Rain definitely happening for tonight. It's a 70% chance of rain this afternoon, the high of 74 in Little Rock. A 90% chance of rain overnight with a low of 59 degrees. Tomorrow, a few scattered showers will continue. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Tuesday, Rick Schaefer and I are putting together a great show. Neil Atkinson from Bed Saracen. We go around the horn and over the fence with Kevin Bohannon, thanks to Fence Brokers, and Chris Walker. Hogsports.com's Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway, and Kevin Hoopscoop McPherson from Hogville.net. See you Tuesday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Hey, fellas, if you're looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift, we've got the answer. It's Wrapped Gift Boutique at 404 Central Avenue in the heart of Hot Springs.
That's historic downtown Hot Springs, Baz. Now, listen, you can go in there and shop around and look at all the nice things there. It's an upscale boutique. But here's something that's going to help you, fellas. Look online, wrappedarkansas.com, see what you like, call Wrap, tell them that's what you want, tell them you're on your way, and then pull up to the store, tell them you're there. They're going to come out to the curb, put your flashers on. They're going to come out to the curb,
superb. Here's your gift and go on your way.
Handcrafted gifts, locally made treasures, favorite brands, you name it, they've got it. They've got something for everyone. Perfectly curated, perfectly unforgettable, and perfectly wrapped.
Guys, it's never been easier for you to impress the women in your life and look good doing it. Wrap Gift Boutique, celebrate every occasion with a gift that shines.
It's Wrapped Gift Boutique at 404 Central Avenue in the heart of Hot Springs.
Get more bang for your buck with Doug Reynolds Suzuki and CF Moto's Rev and Ride sale. A huge selection of CF Motos in stock with select models featuring power steering, winch, wheel, tire package, and lots of 4x4 power. Get 2 CF Moto ATVs and a trailer for as low as $288 per month with approved credit. Doug Reynolds Suzuki, I-30 Little Rock, or DougReynoldsSuzuki.com. CF Moto recreational vehicles are intended for off-road use only and can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Hey now, if you're ready to step into the future of auto loans, Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union just dropped a summer auto loan special, and I'm telling you, it's a game changer. We're talking ultra low rates as low as 1.99%, no payments for 90 days, and up to 84 months to finance. It's good on 2023, 24, and 25 models, or you can refinance what you're driving now. New car, new adventure, new savings. The future's looking real bright with Alcoa. They're serving 15 counties across central Arkansas, so get started at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
This is Quinn Grovey, and you're listening to Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, it is 8:36. Sun's coming up here in Russellville. Beautiful day. My gosh, the temp's been perfect. That was another thing yesterday, Justin, that we were very grateful for, is that the temperature was so nice that if it had been 100, Roger, I'm not so sure we'd have lasted very long.
No,
because it was already exhausting in perfect weather yesterday. All right, we got to get busy because we've got two firemen here. Andrew White, who was a captain. He is the gentleman, Justin, who is a father of the young lady who had to have the ball removed because they keep balls on campus at UCA, and that we got Bree to sign the ball for. And that we've got to give that to her today. Had a little FaceTime with her. So, Andrew, first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you. And then we also have Josh Moore, who was battalion chief. Great to have you. And so what's a battalion chief, by the way?
I just run day-to-day operations for the fire department, the on-duty shift. So I'm C-shift battalion chief.
Andrew, who's the more serious? He looks really serious. He's serious stuff, is he?
Always harder.
The mustache game, very strong. He's got the Al Hrabosky.
That is a structured mustache, where the other ones are unstructured and freewheeling.
It's either Al Hrabosky or it's Tombstone. It's Tombstone, one or the other. And of course,
well, who had one with that one? Who had one with that one? I'm trying to remember who had that one.
I forget. One of them had the over the top, around the sides.
I'm trying to think.
I think do we have Chuck in studio? By the way, before we play
do.
Family Feud, we got to let Chuck. Let's hit his open, and then we'll let him talk about what's happening, especially this Saturday.
If Justin Moore is the Michael Jordan of Family Feud, then this man is the Scottie Pippen. He's the most famous Arkansas State alum that works at the Buzz. He's the best promotions director in the greater Little Rock area. Brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo. Joining Morning Mayhem.
What are we playing for?
All right, we are playing for tickets to go see the Arkansas Razorbacks play Tennessee on Thursday, May 15th.
Holy mackerel. That's the Thursday night game?
Yes, sir.
That is we just had Fast Daddy stop by. He won tickets to go see Texas Arkansas Thursday night.
I loved it.
Justin, you imagine the Texas series was off the chart. Tennessee will be right there, especially right before the SEC tournament.
With
NCAA.
Vitello. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. You betcha. All right, get us a contestant at 661-1037. You'll have Justin Moore, Andrew White, who is Captain Andrew White, and Josh Moore, who is Battalion Chief, here with the Russellville Fire Department helping
We've got Matt.
against me and Josh.
Matt.
Who we got, Mac?
Yeah, Matt.
Matt. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right, you ready to play?
You ready to play, Matt?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Here's the deal.
Listen.
Well, that's all right. I may have
Come on,
interrupted
Matt. Let's
him.
go.
All right, Matt, here's what's going to happen. Your name is your buzzer. You're only going to need to use your buzzer on this very first question. Let me show you how Poland's favorite son, Justin
Let him
Moore,
show
used
you
his-
how. Let him show you.
That's not very good. It's very low. He was yelling into his arm. We'll try it again.
Justin!
That's
There
a little
we
bit
go,
better.
there we
Matt,
go.
let me hear your buzzer, Matt.
Matt.
That's very good, very good. It's a little, it's okay. It'll work.
Matt,
All
give
right,
it
here's
to
the
us
deal.
one more time. Go, Matt!
Matt!
That's better. That's better.
There it
That's
is.
better.
Now you sound
That's
like
better.
they dropped on you. Very good, very good. Here we go, Matt. Here's what's going to happen. Be the first one to chime in. The top 5 answers on this. When I left Mainline Sports Bar last week, I asked 105 people, and that's because 5 of them were just a pain in the butt, so I wanted them to be included. So I asked 100 of them, actually, to give me the top 5 answers to this question. If there was a store that only sold husbands, most people would try to buy one with what?
Good Lord.
Justin!
Justin Moore, first up. Let me repeat it. If there was a store that only sold husbands, what would a woman be looking for in her husband? Let me put it to you that way. So what would they try to buy one with? Justin Moore.
Work. A job.
A job. Number 1 on the board, of course it is.
That's how Justin Moore rolls right off the bat.
Number one. So he got that one. Justin, Matt, you control the board. Chuck, you control the board. Do you want to play, or do you want to pass to the Black Cats, known as Baz
Come on,
and
Matt.
who?
Play with these
Who are
firefighters
you?
here.
Is it you and Josh?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Matt, what do you want to do?
Matt,
I've
Bazzel
got-
is going to try to convince you to
Play with these
for us to
firefighters.
play. Totally up to you, though.
I mean, Justin's the best at this, though. I'm not
Yeah.
go for it.
Wow. How about
Wow.
that? Take
He
that,
really is.
Justin
Wow.
Moore.
He really is.
See, why would I pass when I have MJ? Why would I do
He's
that?
he's the Michael Jordan, and you got 2 firefighters here.
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of creepy the way you said it, Matt. I want to be able to see your hands at all times. All right, here we
All right,
go.
so
All
you
right,
guys are-
you guys are with me now. Let me give you the question again. If there was a store that only sold husbands, most people would try to buy one with what? The number 1 answer was 24 people said job. You want to find a husband that has what? You thinking about your wives, thinking about your girlfriend.
So what do you think, Josh and Andrew? You want to give a suggestion? What do you say?
Dad bod.
Dad bod, okay. What about you, Andrew?
I'm gonna say a house.
It's time.
Justin, what do you say for Matt?
A big, huge bank account.
Good. Oh, wow. Look at
Save
Justin.
it.
Matt,
Save
where
it.
are
Save
you?
it.
All
What
right,
do you think?
All right, Matt, you got 3 answers there. What do you want to go with, or a different one?
I mean, a job and money, I would think, are the same.
Yeah, they
They're
could
not.
be.
They're definitely not.
Roger
I can
not.
attest to that.
So,
Okay.
He said a big
And then
bank account.
obviously money's a good one.
Number 5 on the list is money. Number 5 is a bank account. Now, I'm going to accept that and a house. I'm going to put those 2 together, okay? So money and house and all that, because without money, you don't have a house, all right? That's number 5 on the list. And 10 people said that. So number 2, number 3, and number 4 answers are still there. 15 said number 2, 14 said 3, and 12 people said this.
All right.
Name, you've got 3 strikes that you can use.
All right, guys, let's go to the
How
fireman
about,
again. You got any other-
Is there a store that only sold
Yeah,
husbands?
you
Most
guys
people
got
would try to
anything?
buy one with what?
you guys got anything for first? Andrew?
A boat.
A boat? Justin?
No, we're going to put that in the
Oh,
same bucket. Yeah.
Okay.
And so the chicks that you're looking for, they want to go fishing. Very good.
Any others besides that? Justin, give us your thoughts, Justin.
How about sense of humor?
Sense of humor?
Yeah.
Matt, what do you
Humor
think?
and personality.
Number
Humor
two
and personality.
Wow.
is personality / humor.
That's why Justin is the king of Family Feud.
And since we're playing on a remote location, and I got the fellas here, and they may not be as suitable, let me tell you this: number 6, number 7, and number 8 were these. I'm going to throw these out there because you said body. So most women are looking for bodies and butts on men. They're also looking for a head of hair and a brain. Okay, those are off the board. So number 3 and number 4 are still there. You've already said job, you said personality, and you said a bank account. Number 3 and number 4 are still there. You still have 3 strikes that you can use and not lose control of the board. Matt, if there was a store that only sold husbands, most people would try to buy one with what? Fellas, are y'all talking amongst
You guys got an idea, guys?
Throw it out there.
Throw it out there. Just say it.
How about a truck?
Truck and car, same
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Justin, what do you got?
Think outside the box.
I'm thinking.
Matt, go ahead. You got something?
Would land be different than house, or is that all?
It's all sort of the same.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that alone. Think a little bit outside the box, and then think about something sensitive.
Ah, got it. I know what it is. I can't help you guys. I'm not. What do you got? Josh, you got something?
I can't say it.
What? No. Okay. All right. There you go. Justin, you got
How
to take
about
No.
I bet.
Yes. Yeah, Justin.
Well, that would be body and butt. We'll go ahead and put that in there because you can't say the male member.
This is a tough one, boy.
It
You
might
doing
be.
a tough one today.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
You're doing
I've
a
got
tough
nothing but men here, and a few ladies over there.
Yes.
Is romantic side different from personality?
Romantic.
No, it's not.
He says romantic.
It's not on the board.
That's one strike.
That's one strike.
Gotta
One
hurry
strike.
here. Gotta hurry.
2 strikes. Give me something. Name a story. Maybe we could ask her. Just throw it out there. What would you look for in a man at the man store? What do you want him to have? A job.
How about a heart?
Money.
Who said that?
Number.
Heart?
Did you say heart?
Number
Justin?
4
Yeah, how about a
is
heart?
Heart.
Very nice, Justin. Good.
Heart and character. Heart and character.
Very nice. Good job, Justin.
That's exactly right. Now, think way outside the box. You know
One
what?
more?
Yeah, one more. We
One
need
more.
one more. We need one more.
Way outside the box. Good
Well, I'm
Lord.
going to say think outside the box, but if I was
How about a
Tommy
promise?
Boy? Think Tommy Boy.
How about
Tommy
a promise
Tommy boy.
that I'm gonna be
Oh!
with you and
What? What?
a promise?
A promise?
How about a promise that I'm gonna be with you and only you
Commitment.
Commitment.
Yeah, commitment.
Long-term
kinda deal.
commitment. I think I know where he's going. He said, Justin, did you hear his clue?
I didn't say a clue.
He said the movie Tommy Boy.
I was thinking
I know
to
what it is.
myself.
I know
Gotta
what it
roll.
is.
Gotta roll.
You
Gotta
guys
roll.
Gotta go. You know the movie Tommy Boy. You guys know?
And that is not guaranteed. Is not one strike, one answer. Get the answer, you win the prize. Lose it, and we yank it from you.
What did Tommy Boy have, Justin, in the movie with what's the heavy boy? What's his
Heavy boy Chris Farley.
Chris Farley?
Yeah. What do you
remember? What he?
What did those brake pads not need?
A guarantee?
I don't remember.
Boom! That's the answer. Guarantee a warranty. You don't need a warranty. I can stick my head up and put
The
your
warranty,
bulls out, but I'll
okay.
take the butcher's
Yeah.
word for it.
Wow,
That's
very
a
wow.
guarantee.
That was a tough one to get to.
I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you pulled it out of that one right there,
Need
Justin
some help from
Moore.
Roger. All right, we'll take a break.
Once
Congratulations,
again,
Matt.
undefeated Justin Moore.
Josh, Andrew, good job. Hang around a
Thanks,
little bit longer.
fellas.
Yes. All right, don't go away. It is 8:52 here at Russellville.
The year was 1976. The hit movie, Rocky. The #1 song was Silly Love Songs. Stretch Armstrong made his debut in 1976 as well. And that's also the year Luxury Pool and Spa started building their in-ground customized pools. Hey, it's David Bazzel for Luxury Pool and Spas. The family tradition continues nearly 50 years later with Jeremy and Shane Lawson designing and creating dream pools. Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville are your pool and hot tub chemical headquarters. Great rebates going on now with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Chemicals and Frog Systems that I use in my hot tub. Plus, you can always bring in a pool or hot tub water sample, and the chemically trained professionals at Luxury Pool and Spa will ensure your chemicals are at the correct levels. A new shipment of hot tubs by Fantasy, Hot Spring, and Caldera are currently on the showroom floor, ready for setup and delivery. Luxury Pool and Spa carries Pentair pool equipment, patio furniture by Fisco, PK Grills, and plenty of pool toys. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville.
HR services should be simple, reliable, and stress-free. As payroll companies merge, the attention to your business can feel less personal and more complicated. At the Payroll Company, we are proudly independent, offering an employee hotline and dedicated payroll specialists who know your business. Get HR services done right, reliable and accessible every time. Because you deserve a payroll partner who puts you first. No mergers, just white glove service you can rely on to help you hire, manage, grow. The Payroll Company. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
If you already scheduled your garage door tune-up for just $79, please disregard this message. If you don't have a garage door, you're off the hook. For the rest of you, why would you spend more than just $79? Overhead Door Company of Little Rock will perform their garage door tune-up and safety inspection for just $79 on up to 3 garage doors and openers. Call 501-510-6399 or schedule online, overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
I've been able to resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Power outages aren't just inconvenient, they can be frustrating and even dangerous. Be prepared with a Generac automatic standby generator from Tri-State. It starts automatically within seconds, keeping your whole home or just the essentials powered through any outage. Right now, get up to $1,500 off, plus 1 year of free remote monitoring on a Generac generator. Schedule your free quote today at tristategenerators.com. That's tristategenerators.com. Terms and conditions apply. Call for details.
For every smile shared, for every adventure that sparks a lifetime of memories, for inspiring a love of nature that never ages, for conserving wonder for our world, for generations, for 100 years of memories made, and for the ones still to come. Join us as we celebrate 100 wild years at the Little Rock Zoo, where the past meets the future, for now and for the next 100 years.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Did Josh miss another curse word in a movie clip? Let us know at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags and leave tonight.
That's our man Justin Moore right there. Also, that's the man Justin with the. This is 12 ounces, right? Justin,
no, beer
I just
ain't
saw
one.
I'm sorry, beer ain't one. 12 ounces. About the same. Justin, I saw where Blake Shelton, his new single, Texas, something about Texas in the title, was his 30th number one hit. And he becomes only the 10th country music artist to
I
hit.
believe it.
Yeah, 30 number one. Let me make sure that. Where's that? I had that in my notes today. Blake Shelton hits number 30. Number one hits with Texas. If you've heard the song, it's a good song. It's a fun song. But I know he's a buddy of yours, and he's on the song we just played.
We have the list of the
Beer Inc. 1.
How many guys? How many women?
It said 10. He said George Strait has 60 number ones.
Yeah.
Blake has 30. So
What do we know? We know Conway.
Yeah, I'm sure Conway's on there.
Is Ronnie Millsap on that? Do you know?
I don't know.
What about a chick? Tammy Wynette?
Yeah, Conway's way up there.
Yeah.
But that's pretty awesome for Blake Shelton. I know you and him have a lot of respect for each other to hit 30, man.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
13. Listen, Justin said 13, man. Nothing to sneeze at there. 13 going on 14. We'll come back and visit with Josh and Andrew. Josh, are you in trouble for what you said earlier? No?
Not at all.
Found out that Josh was in Buzzbecue for how many years?
About 15.
Wow, we'll find out more information about that, and we'll finally get the story on the home run ball coming up next, too. We're here at station number 1. Appreciate all these fine firefighters and what they do in our communities. Saving lives.
Wants to help you get geared up for turkey season. Great selection of custom calls, ammo, shotguns, clothing, vests, and decoys. Plus, amazing prices on handguns and rifles. Check it out at ftthompson.com.
KATV Channel 7, Arkansas's most trusted news brand. Available now on YouTube. Local and national news, 7 on Your Side investigations, extended interviews with local leaders, exclusive podcasts, and live coverage of severe weather. It's Arkansas's most watched news source on the world's biggest digital platform. Subscribe to the KATV Channel 7 YouTube channel today and never miss a story.
Fellas, you thinking about starting TRT? That time is now at Low T Center. The consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer, man. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. You can thank me later.
River City Flooring presents Pat Bradley in the Zone with Justin and DJ each week. River City Flooring. Find them online at rivercityflooringinc.com. That's rivercityflooringinc.com.
Why so serious? Sports talk and entertainment.
Let's put a smile on that face.
1037 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Former Hot Spring County Sheriff Scott Finkbeiner will stay behind bars until he's sentenced. He was under supervised release until a federal judge revoked that privilege. He was arrested Friday and was in court Monday. The hearing was over an alleged phone call Finkbeiner made just 8 days after he signed his plea deal. As part of that deal, the judge warned him that if he spoke with any potential witnesses, he would be arrested. His lawyer claims Finkbeiner mistakenly believed he was in the clear to contact after the plea deal. However, federal prosecutors say he attempted to make a call with the Signal app, which they say is notorious for being untraceable. A MasterChef finalist and well-known Arkansan is opening a restaurant in her hometown. Jennifer Mon finished in the top 3 in season 12 of MasterChef. She is opening a restaurant on the first floor of the Bob R. Brooks Justice Building in Little Rock. It'll be a refined French-American restaurant and set to open in January. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely this afternoon. Cloudy sky will dominate the day until the rain does arrive in Little Rock between 3 and 4 o'clock. It's a 70% chance of rain today with a high of 74. Rain most likely tonight. 90% chance of rain and an overnight low of 59. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Hi, this is Joe Klein with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Whether you're dining in for daily specials like Cheese Dip Happy Hour, driving through for a barbecue bulk pickup order, or prefer our full-service catering, our professional staff at Corky's has you covered. Corky's in Little Rock and North Little Rock. We'll see you soon. And be sure to listen each week when I stop by 1037 The Buzz.
All right, y'all, listen up. This deal is too good to sit on. The summer auto loan special at Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union is the kind of thing you jump on now, not later. We're talking about ultra-low rates starting at just 1.99% APR, 84 months financing, and best of all, no payments for 90 days. That means you could be cruising around in a new ride all summer long and not pay a penny till fall. And it's good on 2023, 24, and 25 models, whether it's new, used, or refinanced. So, if you've been waiting for the right time, this is it. Don't drag your feet. Hit up alcoacommunityfcu.org and lock it in today. Now, if you're thinking bigger, maybe setting up your whole financial future, talk to Steve Brown. Need a mortgage? The real Matt Jones. Got a wedding, a bathroom remodel, or maybe a second honeymoon on your mind? Jamie Bigelow has your home equity line of credit ready. Andrea Rose, she's going to help you with Kasasa for checking up to 6% APY. Free notarization, smart financial advice, and the friendliest folks in Central Arkansas. It's all at Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Member owned, member focused, and now serving 15 counties. Get moving at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Gear up for spring and summer fun with Doug Reynolds Suzuki and CF Moto's Rev and Ride Sale. A huge selection of fully loaded ATVs and side-by-sides on the lot, ready to move. Save up to $1,500 off and 1.99% APR with approved credit on select models. Doug Reynolds Suzuki, I-30 Little Rock, or DougReynoldsSuzuki.com. CF Moto recreational vehicles are intended for off-road use only and can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
It's Justin Acree with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West, getting you ready for spring. And Laura Beth, let's start with some of the outside options that Kaufman by Design West provides for folks who are trying to spruce up their homes this time of the year.
We carry a large selection of in-stock steel products, which include leaf blowers, weed eaters, and lawnmowers.
As far as sprucing up the house for spring cleaning, you have a lot of other options there as well.
We have storage totes, power washers, flower bed tools, planters, fertilizers, all your lawn care needs.
It's Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantor Road, Monday through Saturday, online at kaufmanlumber.com.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
The 16th annual Home for Healing Golf Classic presented by Simmons Bank is Friday, May 9th at Burns Park. Home for Healing offers support for cancer patients receiving outpatient treatment and their caregivers. Parents of NICU infants and family members with a loved one in ICU by providing convenient and no-cost lodging. Lunch starts at 11 with shotgun start at 12:30. Take your shot for a hole-in-one worth $5,000. For sponsorship opportunities or to sign up your team, visit www.homeforhealing.org. Big thank you to their media sponsor, the Crane Automotive Team, Arkansas's premier automotive dealer with 16 locations across the state.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. That's why they're focused on helping you bring fresh color to your home. You can trust CertaPro Painters to get the job done right, even in those hard-to-reach places. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Crawfish season is finally back at Eat My Catfish. We've got fresh, live crawfish, and all you have to do is just add the fixins. Be sure to come see us or order online at eatmycatfish.com. Eat local, eat fresh, eat my catfish.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
I want your blood. I want your soul.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And I want them both right now.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I'm your huckleberry.
Here is David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
All right, it is 9:06 on this Tuesday, May 6th. Great to be out here at the Russellville Fire Department, Station Number 1, Central Fire Station, one of 4 here in Russellville. A little over 50 members of all 4 of those departments, and go in shifts. We found out last night, Josh and Justin, that they go in 48-hour shifts, and 2 days on, and then 4 days off, 2 days on. I guess that's the way that works.
Just keeps rotating.
Yeah, rotating through. Got several things to get to with these firemen that we have here. Andrew White, Captain Andrew White, and Battalion Chief Josh Moore. Did want to read a couple of messages. And by the way, Justin, since we just got you on today, it's been sort of crazy. It was a magical weekend in Fayetteville. It was, couldn't have asked more to have my dad up here and to get to see. Of course, I used to have a curse on the Razorbacks. Anytime I went to watch them play baseball or softball, it seemed like we would stumble. But it was we dominated number 1 Texas. Just didn't beat them. We dominated them and just owned them. And then same thing, LSU team is a top 10 team. You take the series and just great momentum. You got both your programs in the top 5. It was just really a wonderful weekend. And I know you were doing that. That you were watching. I don't know where you were playing this weekend, but I know you had to be paying attention and enjoying that as well. Are we, Justin? You there? Justin may have had to go use the bathroom.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, did you? And I just came back from the bathroom. Did you give the list of those others?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Gotta get to that. Couple things. If you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037. We've got a ton of messages. We do want to thank. I think it was Jeremy Dodd. Is that right? Who was? He's the one who cooked breakfast along with Chief Moore. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And breakfast was good, Roger. We had biscuits and gravy, right?
Yeah.
Had all that. And it was
bacon, sausage.
Outstanding breakfast.
Coffee.
Yes. Ross Davison came by. I know he flies the helicopter. You guys have to deal with, him quite a bit. I mean, it's amazing. You guys are on, putting your lives on the line. He is too, man. He's got to take, what you guys do, get him to Little Rock, I would presume, right?
Better care.
Yeah. So hats off to him, and it is teamwork, Roger. Yesterday when I was down, didn't think I could get up when I was in that heat box.
That's right.
And I was struggling to get up.
Right,
Roger, I can't get up. Listen, I don't know who the fireman was that was beside me. I said, I can't get up. my knee was gone. But you know what? You look back and you help me up. That's what an engineer does for his captain.
Exactly what happens. It's exactly what happens. I laid my life down for you in that controlled environment.
And then Roger
scared to death.
There were 2 videos where we didn't get the first one in time. When the first time Roger got a hold of that hose, and
they didn't have that.
No, he didn't have that.
Then
one.
It never happened.
That thing.
It never happened.
I think Roger.
Sorry.
Roger called it the anaconda.
It was.
And it went everywhere. And then he tried the second time. And it still had some kick on that.
Still had a little kick on it. And that's why I say a new respect for my wife.
Shut up. And then we went into the box with the hose, and so I'm following.
Are we talking about the same thing?
I'm thinking we're gonna just walk right in there.
No.
Also, it's like a haunted house. We're taking the left and the right, and the hose doesn't. And the hose does not bend it. I said, how the heck we getting? When do we get to the fire?
I'm banging on the damn thing. It's like I'm walking.
I said, Roger, put that fire out, man.
I can't, Captain Bazzel. I can't. I can't see it. And I'm hearing directives. Go right. The other right.
Also, too, I know we've had some issues on Facebook and YouTube. I think we've got that fixed. So thank you, Josh, for getting that done. Roger, when we went to break there, we're talking about Blake Shelton having 30 number 1 hits. He is one of 10. You want to have the list of 10?
I do, and I'm looking at the date line on this. This may be, I don't know, for lack of a better term, it may be a year old. But at 30 here is Luke Bryan, so he's up there with Luke Bryan then, okay?
Gotcha.
Depending on what that is. Then you have Toby Keith with 32, Kenny Chesney with 33, Reba McEntire with 35, and Alan Jackson with 35, Merle the Pearl Haggard with 38, Ronnie Millsap with 42 number 1 hits.
Wow.
Alabama with 43 number 1 hits. Tim McGraw with 47, Conway Twitty with 55, and George Strait with 60 number 1 hits in the most in country music history. So I don't know where Johnny Cash is, Glenn Campbell.
Well, we were talking. That's why I remember Justin being very adamant about Conway Twitty being greater than Glenn Campbell when it comes to country music. If you look at number 1s, there's no question. I mean, if you look at the body of work, you just going off number 1s, he was a bigger country music star. But we always said, we probably applied Glenn Campbell in a different kind of category as a multi-level
pop and all that. But we
movies.
also liked him. We're also
that's right.
The Homerism came in. On
somebody said, don't forget that a majority of fire departments are volunteers who don't get paid at all. So we mentioned that already earlier.
In the state of Arkansas, 974 are volunteer.
What's crazy, the two gentlemen we have on with us now, you can see them on our webcam, Captain Andrew White and Chief Battalion Officer Josh Moore. You guys volunteer on your days off.
Absolutely.
And you volunteer for who?
City of Morrilton.
And you volunteer for?
City of Opelo.
And so, do you get a ton of calls? Is it not too heavy of a drain on you to be a part of that and doing this too?
Well, I get to fight fire there. Here, I'm the shift commander.
Gotcha.
So I get to watch everybody work down there.
But you've been doing this for 25 years.
It'll be June. It'll be 25 years.
Yeah, and you've been 16.
Yeah,
16. And you also have a farm you keep up.
I help my brothers farm about
So
3,500 acres.
And you got kids?
3 of them.
Yeah, and also you cook. We found out you were in Busbecue.
Yep, it was fun doing that.
And you were actually one of the better ones we've had. You were in second place multiple times, right?
I got a second chicken one time and a second ribs.
Nice.
How about that?
Nice.
And what was the name of your team?
Rebel Dogs.
Rebel Dogs. I love that. That's awesome. That is coming up this weekend. But you said you had too much going on, just tough for you to do. And also, Roger, if you look, he's got on a Save the Life pin.
Yeah.
When was that life you saved there?
About 8 years ago.
Oh, can you give us the details on it at all?
I know the girl's name. Her dad was assistant chief here at one time.
Okay.
And she was in cardiac arrest. So we worked her for a while, did CPR on her for a while, and shocked her a bunch of times, and sent her to the hospital, and then she was in ICU, and then she walked out.
What does that feel like? What does it feel like to save a life? Obviously, Roger and I will never do that, most likely. I mean, it's got to be the greatest feeling in the world, I would imagine.
Just all your training pays off.
Yeah, all that hard work.
Yeah, you went to school for, being an MT when you started, paramedic school, and then putting all that to use, and actually it works, and you get to meet the person. They come up and say thank you.
Me and Roger talk about this all the time when we come up on the wreck or something. We're the type to come up on there and go, oh, my, can we get somebody over here to help out, please? Let's go, please. And we're hoping there's somebody like you that's around that can save a life. Yeah, that's.
Well, it's like we talked about, Baz. I mean, they're volunteering and all that. When you and I are driving down the highway, and most folks that are listening driving down the highway, you're driving slow, you're looking, you're rubbernecking, you're doing all that stuff, and seeing everybody. These cats will get out of their personal vehicle, out of their personal vehicle on their way to the grocery store or whatever to go see if they can help out whoever's over there, even if there's but if you see another group of EMT or something over there, you'll probably step back or whatever. But if it's an accident and just the cars and no one's arrived yet, you'll probably get out and go see if everything's okay. Yeah,
duty to act.
That's what.
Well, it's an amazing story. You guys are outstanding. I did want to say too. We've been talking about the crazy thing about this story now is your connection. We've been trying to find a firehouse to do this at, and then we've got the commitment from Steve probably a couple of months ago, and then just trying to find a date. And then the thing happened at UCA, where Andrew, your daughter, Abigail, was out in Centerfield or something, out in the berm out there, and Bree Ellis hits her 21st home run. Abigail got the ball. I got excited, and the UCA official came out and said, I'm sorry, we have to take the ball.
Right.
And so Abigail was certainly upset. And I didn't know this. How old is Abigail?
12.
So Abigail is a major softball player. I mean, she's a home run hitting softball player.
Two for this spring so far.
2 for this spring. And for her to get the ball, it had to be a really cool deal. I know you were bothered by it, and because I know one of your buddies called the show.
Right.
And so when Roger and I heard that, we go, well, that's easy. We're going to call Bree Ellis, and Bree Ellis will get a ball, and we'll get it signed and do that. So I went up, got it signed this weekend, and she wrote on there, thanks so much for grabbing my 21st home run, and got a great signature and all that.
Yeah.
We've got a poster for her, too. And then we come to find out, we had no idea. Yesterday somebody said, well, do you know that girl's dad is with the Russellville Fire Department? I said, no way. You cannot make that up. And so anyway, when you told Abigail, hey, Abigail, we're going to get you a ball, was she happy to hear that? Signed by Bree?
Absolutely. So we play travel ball almost every weekend, and the guy that called in was actually on an opposing team. So I mean,
oh, really?
There's a bunch of us that have girls on travel ball teams around the fire station, and it's just a family outside your own family. So whenever he called in and it all began, the wheels in motion, she was over the moon excited.
Well, again, maybe if it weren't the fact, it's Bree Ellis who's going to be she's the greatest hitter to ever play at Arkansas, one of the greatest to ever play the game if you look at her numbers, historic numbers. And so you get a foul ball from her, and you're a 12-year-old girl that's idolizes her. And so, and I can't tell you how impressive. I told the boys this when I was up there Saturday, that the parents, Bree Ellis' parents, said, listen, you're going to have to wait. Because when she comes out of that gate, you watch all these kids, and they did. It was like a swarm around her. She took time, and Roger, remember what she did with those posters? She personalized each one of those posters when we were up there.
Yeah.
She personalized each one of the balls that those kids had and signed them over and over. And when she saw me, she remembered.
You're a 60-year-old man in line with other 10, 15-year-old girls.
Just my girlfriend kept going, "Can we get in line?" I said, "Not get in line."
Right.
I don't want a parent to go, "Who's that older guy over there?"
Who's the creepster?
But Bree remembered immediately what it was. Her parents had known about it, and so that's really cool. And look forward to.
Listen, I didn't know that you didn't do that, and I understand UCA going. Look, I'm assuming these balls cost a lot of money. We can't afford like U of A does. Whatever the case may be. If they're looking for somebody, you don't think about something until somebody goes, you know what? People are getting way too heavy for us to lift. Let's get an automatic machine that we can raise them on and do that. Until somebody goes, why didn't we think of that earlier? Well, why didn't somebody think about sponsoring those balls
for that kind of game?
Because here's the deal: what adult right now, when you look and see how cool it is to be able to catch that foul ball in a major league ball game or a softball ball game, that's great. You want to be that person. That's why people take gloves in the outfield and do all that thing. But no one ever told me after 61 years that you could not keep that ball. And I get it. It's cool.
Some teams do it. Some teams don't. Arkansas allows the fans to keep the balls now. They did it a few years ago.
Well, they want the footballs back, don't they?
They do.
When they kick a field goal, that's why there's a net up there. They don't want you to have those things.
Well,
I get it.
It's a good ending, and that game has been great the last few years. Absolutely. You know, that game has had a big turnout and been a lot of fun. So I look forward to giving you that ball here. Of course, you know, when I bought the ball, it was $15. Yeah. It's got a cool Hog logo on it.
Did you get the receipt?
I did.
All right, very good. Very good.
Just in case. 661-1037. Also, too, had a lot of people who have firemen in their family. I know Steve Qualls. He's the one who's got the 1919 fire truck. You know, it still runs. My mother's loving all the fireman talk because her family's been in the fireman business for 125 years.
We've always heard about the fireman's calendar, you know, and that's a way to make money. That way you can have money to get in here and maybe help out to supplement the food.
Justin, one of the things that we learned last night, Justin, you're there, so we'll make sure you're there now. He says he's there. Justin, are you there?
Are we there?
Yeah.
So one of the things we learned last night, Justin, is that you presume when these guys come in to live here for 48 hours, food is provided to them. But no, they have to go out and buy their own groceries and have to cook their own food. And there's one guy that's always basically, it turns out to be the main chef of whatever shift you're on. It was Blake King.
Well, the cool part is that they go, all right, here's the deal. I'll do all the cooking. But I don't want to clean the toilet. I don't want to sweep. I don't want to do laundry. I don't want to do that.
And that's what y'all bartered out.
And that's the contract.
Well, that's why That's what Justin would be doing. And Justin would say, "Well, I'm not going to do this."
Absolutely, 100%.
But Justin thought, well, listen, if I'm cooking, I don't have to fight the fires, do I? No, you got to fight the fires too.
I'll be the woman of the group. I'll clean. I'll cook.
By the way, you do have a female firefighter here that's passed all the physical demands that all the guys do just the same. But Justin, that's crazy.
I could not pass those. I'll just clean and cook.
I don't think I could either. But isn't that amazing, Justin? I would have thought that food would have been part of the 48-hour stay here, that they wouldn't have to go out grocery shopping and cook their. I just would. I don't know. Again, these guys are underpaid.
We got to have a lot of ketchup. Apparently, from earlier conversations.
Yes, that is important too. But it is amazing. Roger and I definitely think that we're going to listen. I'm going to see the governor Thursday. I'm seeing the governor Thursday. I'm seeing her Easter seals deal. I'm going to say, Governor, we got to get these men paid for meals while they're on their shift on the 48 hours.
Why not?
I did want to mention a football note. A lot of talk about transfer portal. What did you see about the Arkansas receiver that they got through the transfer portal the other day, Justin or Josh? Did you see it, or Roger?
From Florida?
Florida State.
Florida State?
No.
So here's the deal. His name is Jaylen Brown, and this is what's crazy about this transfer portal. It's a roll of the dice. So this kid, his name is Jaylen Brown. He was a 4-star, 6'1", 174. And he recorded a 10.65 in the 100 meters, which is flying. So obviously he's a speedster at 20.98 the 200 meters. So he was in Florida in high school. Coming out, he was obviously, could fly. LSU signs him. Apparently goes to LSU. Red shirts there. doesn't do anything. Obviously, doesn't have one catch. Goes to Florida State, and all he does is catch 8 catches for 75 yards. So now we got a kid. He's on his third stop, and his third stop in 3 years, including the redshirt year, 8 catches, 75 yards. But you look at the measurables and you go, well, maybe he was just behind some great players that just couldn't break through. Or you don't know, maybe there was a reason he couldn't break through. Maybe there was a reason that it's never going to change, and that's the roll of the dice for this transfer portal. You don't know. It's not like we're getting a guy that we got that was at Ole Miss or Texas or Alabama last year that had 50 catches for 1,000 yards. He had 8 catches for 75 yards.
Yeah.
So it just reminds me of the roll of the dice.
Well, that's kind of the state of the receiver room right now, though. I mean, they're having to take some shots, and that's the position where it feels. I mean, so the flip side of this was how well things went offensive line wise, right? I mean, at least we think, right? They got some pretty big pickups on that side of the ball. They spent some pretty good money. They're having to take a few. This is kind of where the trade-off is. They're having to go and grab
flyers.
Take some flyers on some guys. Yep, that's what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah, I understand it, but isn't it crazy that we're at that point that's what we've got to do in that room, because that nobody really in spring stood out that much, and so we're going to offer a guy who's had 8 catches, 75 yards in 3 years, but because he runs a 10.65, you hope maybe that somehow he transitions and comes out to be a great player. Hopefully he will, but I thought that was interesting. I did want to read a story too because you guys can relate. A stunt woman in the new Final Destination movie set a world record for the oldest person set on fire on camera, Roger. How about that? It's Final Destination. She's a stunt woman. World record, oldest person set on fire on camera. How old do you think she was?
Is that a series of movies?
Yeah. Final Destination. It's a weird.
Is it okay?
We're gonna die. And then you end up dying in the movie.
Will not be in our movie review. How old was she?
Yeah. What would you think?
Jeez.
Her name is Yvette Ferguson.
Yvette?
She plays Miss Fuller, who's burned to death, along with others, as part of the opening scene.
Her name
is Lord.
Her real name is Yvette?
Yes.
That's an old name. I'll say she's 78.
Wow, not a bad guess. She is 71.
In your face!
So another actress on the set, Brett Bassinger, says, quote, "I was within her vicinity. God, it was beautiful. Everyone started clapping. She was so pumped. Some of Yvette's most recent work includes an episode of Midnight Mass in the 2019 Child's Play remake. Final Destination Bloodlines hits theaters May 16th. Now, listen.
Her IMDb must be awesome.
I'm going to say, you guys, this is what you do for a living. Could you imagine, all right, lady, we're going to set you, she's 71 years old, we're going to set you on fire.
She's on fire.
But I'm sure
Sounds
in Hollywood.
Like Wrestling Man. Set you ablaze.
Would you like Yvette to be with you, Wrestling Man?
Somebody needs to get a mop because it's all wet over here.
It gets you excited about 71 years.
Really pumped.
Yeah, so I thought that was an interesting story.
Yeah,
That's not
is.
That would be sort of weird, but it's all controlled though. Oh, yeah. Like yesterday,
but even that though, when it's and I have no idea, but even at that,
well, give me a second gasoline. I thought Wrestling Man was with us.
No, he's not. He jumped off quick.
But
he was in and out.
Just to,
I thought he was with us at a fire station.
Oh, that's true. You know what?
Well, he wants to keep the fire burning, though. That's the thing about Wrestling Man.
Gets uncomfortable about being here at the fire station because they put out your fire.
They may do. I was just curious about how long you can let somebody, because they usually have somebody put them out immediately. I mean, I don't know. Again, that hood that goes over a mask. And that is the only protection we have
the white thing.
On our ears.
Neck and
so
ears,
yeah. So if we didn't have that on, I mean, we're feeling
right. Hey,
feel it really quick.
It's going to burn your ears.
Here was the funny thing yesterday.
But I mean, even just having that, so I mean,
you can still get burned with that on.
You can still get burned. So you've got to be able to put that fire out immediately if it's on somebody.
This is me with my bad luck yesterday. So we're in that heat box, and I'm thinking, this will be the one time that something goes awry.
Y'all are hot boxing it.
We're hotboxing it. Something's going to go awry. And so all of a sudden, all of a sudden, I started feeling the inside of my suit. So I'm starting thinking, maybe I didn't pull my thing up over my thumb.
Maybe you didn't.
And I got somebody. He's getting in there. And they're going, Bazzel's on fire. Got to get him out of there.
Roger, where's Bazzel? He didn't come.
It's just
Left him behind.
Or in my breathing thing.
Oh, yeah.
And we get in there.
I'm making sure. I'm making sure the sill's on there. I'm making sure all that's going on. They're making sure that's on there because you get claustrophobic.
Oh, listen,
we
almost tapped out right off the bat. Because everything was, I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then Roger Justin, funniest thing, the minute Roger put on the mask, the glass mask, he goes, I got to scratch my nose. I can't go on. I got to get the mask off.
Well,
that would be me.
Because all the work that everybody puts in to even put this, I hate going, geez, but you're also good. You're also just good people because you go, it's okay, we'll take it off. You can scratch your nose.
He couldn't go any further. Then you started scratching. You needed your face. But you said, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking it off. You fought through it.
I fought. That's it. That's how much of a man I am. I fought through my itchy nose.
Very proud of the engineer. Also, we got to mention Finn. You guys have a dog here at the station number 1. Finn, what kind of dog is Finn?
Sheepdog.
Yeah, let's say that.
What is it?
I really don't know what breed he is.
Is that right? That's like us. It's
well, you know,
not a Dalmatian
like
everybody
got to say the
says.
Dalmatian is what? It's fire dog. Is what you normally.
Is it a rescue dog?
Yeah.
For y'all?
Yes.
I mean, not only that, but it's also. What do you guys use it for? Is it for?
Justin, the guy that has it here at the fire station, he brings it around. He keeps it with him, all the time, and he comes to the fire station.
Right.
If there's an emergency or something goes on, he can bring it around.
Yeah. So maybe the puppy would calm a kid or somebody down.
Absolutely.
All right, that's what it's all about.
I think of all of us on our show, Roger's the only one. Justin has dogs, but I don't think Justin's excited about it at times. But Roger is a dog lover.
I hate him.
Yeah.
So I saw this poll today. 56% of people would shave years off their life if they could add it to their pet's lifespan. Roger Scott, would you give up some of your time if you could go back to Snowball, who's buried back in your old house, back in the backyard?
Why you bring up old stuff?
Would you give Snowball an extra 6 weeks, extra year?
You know what? When you have we for the first time in 40 years,
you have no
my
dogs.
wife and I are without a pet. We just lost our last puppy, and we cried. Want to make sure that we treated the dog well and all that. But now that I'm a grandparent, I'd take any year off for me to give my grandkids.
Grandkids, not the dog. Okay.
Well, and not to say that about the puppy, but I
Snowball.
mean,
Snowball's on the table.
Would I take a year off my life to let Snowball live another year?
No way.
And we know that Snowball, you're going to give you 1 year.
Yeah.
In my time right now, do I get
no? You don't.
I get no money for it.
No.
No extra cash to leave.
No.
That'd be tough.
You're not doing that for sure.
No, I can't see me doing that. I don't know. Who knows? If somebody came down and said we're going to take a life, I mean, what am I doing at that time?
We'll take a break, come back. We mentioned it was Bob Seger's birthday. Got a lot of messages on the text line of how many Bob Seger's hits out there. Maybe one of the great rockers of all time. We don't really give him enough credit as we should. But we've been playing a lot of his music today. We appreciate all the comments on the text line. Andrew White, Josh Moore, thanks, guys, for being with us. Thanks for what you do all your years. All together, almost 40 years combined. Thank you for being the Buzz McHugh some years ago. And Abigail's going to get her ball shortly. That's a great story, Andrew. Thanks so much. All right, 9:30 here in Morning Mayhem live from station number 1.
Join us for the 21st annual Double B's BuzzBQ, May 10th. Cook teams from all over will compete for the coveted Jim's Razorback Pizza Grand Champion Trophy. Get your tickets at buzzbq.com.
This is Sports Center.
2 playoff games settled by a combined 5 points last night. In the NBA, a pair of wins for road teams. First, the New York Knicks go on the road to the TD Garden and beat the Boston Celtics 108-105. Jalen Brunson down the stretch was fantastic. He had 29 points in the game, as did OG Anunoby. Mikal Bridges strips Jaylen Brown with 3 seconds left in the game, not allowing a shot to get off to preserve that 3-point win as the Knicks take a 1-0 series lead. The Denver Nuggets go on the road and get a 121-119 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. A great game from Nikola Jokic, 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night. Aaron Gordon hits a go-ahead 3 with under 5 seconds to go to put the Nuggets up 1-0 in the series. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain will be likely late this afternoon. Rain definitely happening for tonight. It's a 70% chance of rain this afternoon with a high of 74 in Little Rock. A 90% chance of rain overnight with a low of 59 degrees. Tomorrow, a few scattered showers will continue. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Desart, the #1 independent dealer in the state, with the best prices and largest selection on pre-owned vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, from high school to the pros, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Fellas, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Are you kidding me? Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurances are accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com, and y'all can thank me later.
Roger Scott for Gravely Moors, working hard once again, making sure my lawn is lush, weed-free, and beautiful. By working hard, I mean, of course, I'm watching Bradley Owens mow it for me. Bradley, tell the good folks hello.
Well, hello.
That's enough right there, my good man. Pay attention, you missed a spot. What he didn't tell you is that you can take your very own Gravely Mower home today at 0% interest over 48 months. That's right, 0% interest on both residential and commercial mowers. Now, Bradley, tell them where you can go get your very own Gravely Mower.
Well,
I'll finish it for you at Hoco Turf in West Little Rock or Stockton Power Equipment in Sheridan.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa, and Mother's Day is here. How about the Mellow Mama? $100 will get you a 30-minute massage and a 30-minute facial. Or you can do the Mom's Retreat. For $125, you get a 60-minute massage, 30-minute facial, and 15 minutes in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Double that for the Mom and Me. 2 massages, 2 facials, and 2 sauna sessions. And you can both be mellow. Visit us at avabelladayspa.com and click on gift certificates. Happy Mother's Day from Ava Bella Day Spa.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
Make this Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11th, one to remember with something beautiful from Tipton and Hurst. From floral arrangements to gift baskets to blooming plants and so much more. As Arkansas's premier florist for over a century, you can count on Tipton and Hurst to help show your mother how truly special she is. Shop Little Rock, North Little Rock, Conway, or Pine Bluff. Ready to deliver around the corner or around the world. Call 501-666-3333 or visit TiptonHurst.com today. Tipton and Hurst, guaranteed satisfaction since 1886.
Hey, everybody, this is NFL Hall of Famer Dan Hampton, and I love hanging out with Baz and the boys on The Buzz. Tune in every morning so you can get the news just like I do.
All right. 9:35. Morning Mayhem is fully assembled. Roger and I are here in Russellville at the station number 1. Justin Moore, who's singing right there, is out in Poen at Moore Mountain. Josh Neighbors back in the studio.
Also here.
In Little Rock. Yes, here. And we had a good time. I want to thank the hospitality. Steve Perry, you're the guy who reached out to us originally to go. Nobody else was brave enough to take us. You were the only one. And you guys, this has been a game changer for me and Roger and our appreciation of firefighters and what you guys do and the demands that you and you wanted to say something real quick about what's coming up.
So tomorrow, by the end of business tomorrow, we're closing our application period for the spring entrance test. So it's the physical agility test. We'll be holding it Saturday. So if you're interested in being a Russellville firefighter, please come see Miss Kathy on the 3rd floor at Central Fire Station.
Okay.
We'd like to have you test on Saturday.
And you were saying also, we talked about next Tuesday being the vote for the 1 cent continuation, right?
You know, and we just once again want to thank the taxpayers for what they do.
Yep.
And we want to be good stewards of the citizens' money, the taxpayers' money, and we invite them to come by anytime, take a look. We want them to see what they're providing.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about our guys getting hero awards and saving lives. Think about it this way. The citizens that provide the money for us to do our job, they're the real heroes. They're actually indirectly downstream saving lives. So if you look at it not as a tax, but as a way of helping your community, it makes sense. You know, if you think about it, a lot of people have saved a lot of lives by helping
Well,
us.
it's impressive, your facility. I know you mentioned you're Russellville, the city is.
Yeah,
is really,
we really want people to come to Russellville. We have a really nice downtown area. The River Valley's beautiful. We've got trails, biking trails now, but downtown is kind of going through a revamp. You know, it's one of those construction projects that seems like it keeps going on. We're finally starting to see the end product, but they're burying all the utilities underground. And the downtown atmosphere is going to be second to none, I think, once they get the project done. So please come see us.
Well,
the old Central.
With all due respect, you say that to be kind and humble, but you guys are the ones who really are the heroes, who run in when everybody else is running out. And as Bass said earlier, we give tax dollars and all that good stuff, but you guys are the ones who actually are doing all the work and putting your lives in danger to save other people's lives. So take a little credit for all that.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Justin.
Y'all deflect very well. Now, Roger, if you move this camera, I don't know if we have it. I don't know, Steve. So this is an old classmate, Justin and Josh. If you'll go to the webcam, he's got another great mustache.
And a little bit of Virgil Earp right here.
Oh, my gosh. He
is a no-brainer.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks like my older brother Randy.
I'm about to go in and shave my face, except for my mustache. Yeah. These guys have inspired me.
Yeah, you look like you're off.
And my wife will hate me.
Richard?
I was.
Now, Richard, you and I were in school together in Fayetteville in the early 80s, and Josh and Justin, the one thing about Richard, this is what I remember, if we would go to the Hyper building, which was now outdated, but it's where everybody it's a rec center for the campus. And you would go, I'd go in the weight room. I don't know, I guess I wanted to get away from the Razorback weight room every once in a while. I'd go in there. There's just one dude who'd always be in there with a tight shirt and the biggest biceps. His biceps were so big. And you're still wearing the same tight shirts that you did 40 years ago. Is that right?
I've actually had to get smaller shirts.
He actually is the only one on the list of Morning Mayhem shirt requests with a small.
And obviously, you're staying in shape. I am not. You're still eating beans and lettuce is what they say. Nothing else, right?
Well, we're talking about the downtown concrete work. That gravy, we might be able to throw that in the concrete.
You don't eat the gravy, huh?
No. Wait, when you get older, Dave, you got to decide, when you're in college, you got 20-inch guns, 29-inch waist. When you get older, you can have either 20-inch guns or 29-inch, but you can't have both.
Oh, my gosh. You want to see what
So I chose the 29-inch waist. So.
Do you know what I'm saying? What he said? He was saying that, you know what I heard?
Yeah.
You can't take a gun in town.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, my gosh.
Give me all of that, Josh. Everything he just said.
All I'm saying
it is. Sure, you can
have your 20-inch arms and your 29-inch waist.
But you can't have both in town. That is
a great clip. Yeah, it's a great clip in Tombstone. Now, you also, Justin, I remember showing you a picture of Richard's daughters years ago. His daughters are living in Nashville, been performing in a band, their own band, for, 15 years?
At least.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful twins, but they can play the fiddle, they can play guitar, they can play it all.
Banjo.
What's the name of the band?
Well, it's Nick and Sam.
Nick and Sam, that's right.
As a matter of fact, they opened up for Justin years ago in Morrilton.
Is that right?
Yeah, he probably doesn't remember.
He may not. Well, how old were they at the time?
They're, I don't know, 17.
17, yeah. Super talented. And you're still, now, do you fight fires here at Wonderford? Are you still active firefighter?
I fight the fires of the political fires.
Yeah, so you're.
what I do is fire marshal, building official.
You're the guy that goes in and says, too many people in here, shut it down.
Yeah, unfortunately, somebody's got to do it. Yeah.
Are you
he does it well.
He does it.
He does it well.
Actually, in 05, we consolidated the fire and the building side, so we also deal with building permits.
Oh, sure.
And inspections and all that. So we got a great group of inspectors and deputy fire marshals, and we got a full plate. But man, we love it.
Justin, have you ever had a concert or back in your early career where you're playing smaller venues where shut it down, too many people? Got it? Have you ever had that issue before, Justin? Where the fire marshal came in, we got to clear this out.
No, but we have heard like, hey, this is the fire marshal, capacity or whatever.
Yeah.
Occupancy.
Yeah. You've got that.
Occupancy.
My job is,
there you go.
Yeah.
My job is to save the public from themselves.
Look at you. Yeah. Well, it takes all kind of personality, Steve. We've seen it today and yesterday. Is you got quiet types, you got the talk, just like everything, in life. You got all kind of personalities to make it. But this is a team.
It is.
This is a team
And a family.
And a family that you guys, everybody goes home to their wives or their family or whatever.
Think about it this way: these guys on shift, they spend over 1/3 of their adult life away from home with this family here.
I tell you, last night, Justin and Josh, I don't know about you,
It's
Roger.
like what I do.
You do. That's true, Justin. You spend a time on the road on the weekends, especially. It's when I lay down on that bed last night, I couldn't really relax. I said, I know. Listen, at any minute, I'm going to relax. All of a sudden, that thing's going to go off.
Yeah. No, what you asked me, you said, "How's your bed feel?" And it felt as soft as a bed of feathers.
That was just because you were tired.
We were exhausted. We were exhausted.
You're absolutely right. That's what I told him. I said, right now, it's feathers.
Yeah. Would you like because we talk sports sometimes on this show? Would you like to Would you be interested in taking on any other fire station in like a fitness competition, fireman competition?
We've got, of course, y'all met James Day. I told you.
Oh, that guy's
I tried to get him to come down and talk, but as you see,
he's not a talker. He's not a talker.
So, we've got some. We like to call them dogs. We've got some young men that we would put against anybody else.
Does the state have a competition within the state? I know you got national, but the state does not do that.
No, there's not anything here. There is the National Firefighter Combat Challenge. We don't have a team. But a couple of the new guys that we have right now, they sit around and they think of things to do, and I'm sure now that we've mentioned it, they're going to want to put a team together probably next week for that.
And what about the competition? We always hear about the competition in the bigger cities of football games and charity events between fire against the police.
Every now and again, softball game will come up.
Gotcha.
Last year, some of the EMS providers and law enforcement and some of the firefighters got together and just kind of started a league, nothing official, and we always get asked about a calendar. How do they?
I'm telling you, the girls love the firemen and the fire outfits.
There are some departments here in the Central Arkansas area that have them, but from my own humble personal experience from the days of Memphis Fire, calendars destroy lives. It may not be the calendar itself, but when the men take the calendar on a road show, it never ends well. So you need the dad bod.
Need the dad bod. Interesting.
That's what would really bring the money.
I gotcha. I do want to say, so Johnny Reap, you guys know Johnny Reap. Johnny Reap was the guy for many years.
Johnny Reap?
Johnny Reap was the guy who led the thing to get the fallen firefighters memorial, and Tommy did a great job.
Johnny Reap looks like somebody just walked over your grave.
Is that Johnny spent a lot of years, and Tommy Smith was very supportive, and with our show he did. He presented me, actually, it was the night before the tornado. He presented me with the golden axe that I have up in my house, and I'm very honored about that, just because we were giving airtime for him coming on for many, many years, trying to promote that, and it's a great statue out there.
It is, and I think just this past weekend they had where the families of fallen firefighters come into the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation and Museum up at Emmitsburg, Maryland. I believe that was this last weekend. So it's a pretty good cause.
Well, Steve, thanks so much for the invitation to be here. Yeah, you've been great. Richard, great seeing you again, buddy. Keep up the good work. And everybody's been great. We'll come back and wrap it up here in a second, but just first of all, just thanks again. I hope we hadn't disturbed the routine too much around here.
No, hey, we appreciate you guys coming and promoting our community and our department.
Well, we feel like we're closer to the firemen now.
We do.
Fireman
At
community.
least this one.
That's exactly right.
There's not a lot of people in the world that can say they did what you did.
And did a radio show the next day.
We're blessed. We are blessed to be among all of you.
All right, we'll come back, wrap things up. 9:46 here live from station number 1 in Russellville.
Yeah, how about one lack of respect for Mr. Jack and Charlie Daniel? Oh yeah. And if you don't salute the troops in the red, white, and blue collar code.
Old number 53 here, and back in my day, I was fortunate to be around some great teams, along with some great teammates. And even now, all these years later, I'm also grateful to be a part of a great team here at 103.7 The Buzz. But you know another great team that I've come to appreciate over the years? It's the team over at Edwards Food Giant, and there are 11 stores located all over the metropolitan area, including their Edwards Cash Saver stores. And let me tell you this, if you haven't been to the newest Edwards Food Giant in North Little Rock in the Lakewood Village Shopping Center, you really need to stop by there. This store is truly the most beautiful grocery store that I've ever been inside of. The layout with their used selection and inventory, including their deli and salad bars, is the best. Of course, their meat department at Edwards will truly blow you away too. That newest Edwards store has everything from heat and eat, meal solutions, weekly specials, to a giant wine department, to their dry-aged beef that's been temperature and humidity controlled for 28 days in their cooler, resulting in a steak that's tender, flavorful, and unlike any steak you've ever had. So see for yourself why the team at Edwards Food Giant is now Central Arkansas's favorite place to shop.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in focus and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
415 North McKinley Street, Little Rock. Deanna, Missouri, licensed in Arkansas. CordellCordell.com.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations, covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agent Dan Cook in North Little Rock, Becky Bradley in Sherwood, or Angie Collins in Heber Springs today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great-tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
This is Miss Arkansas 2023 Corey Keller, and you're listening to Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
Calm down and listen to me. Nobody's saying you can't own a gun. Nobody's even saying you can't carry a gun. All we're saying is you can't carry a gun in town.
The best part of that clip is the people afterwards.
That's right. This is listen, our listeners are so smart. This is a great one from our D3L sales text line. We're talking about Yvette being the 71-year-old oldest woman ever be set on fire. This one says, I believe the oldest man to be set on fire on camera is Wrestling Man. He's got the record for that. Of course.
Oh, he does. Hey, listen, thanks to Brandy Owens and Jeff Owens, who gave me some Sport Clips MVPs.
Yeah.
And Russellville is one of the places that allows that, so I was able to give the crew here some free haircuts from Sport Clips. Not all of them need it, because the only hair on their mouth is their on their body is their mustache, but they can take care of that as well. So thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Jeff Owens, for that.
The young lady walking off there is with the Arkansas Community Foundation, and she works with Jessica. And Jessica just did a photo shoot at this fire station with her and the dog Finn about a month ago. How about that?
Wow,
how small of a world that is.
It's starting to come together. Uh-oh, what do we have?
We're getting more coins. We're getting some really cool
now, what
coins.
Is this one?
Oh, well, thank you
That
so
is your
much.
fire
Richard. Wow,
station.
we've got coins.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful fire station. It's absolutely
Thank you,
gorgeous.
sir.
Tomorrow we'll be at Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, right, Roger? And Thursday we're back in studio. Friday we're on the road at
Will Steve Brown be on
Ababella.
time, or will he sleep in?
I had a few.
Steve, yes, that's
I
right.
had a few people hit me up because they keep asking about the commercial. Up to as low as 1.99%. You can refinance a vehicle that you have, or 23, 24, 25 model vehicles, I believe is what they have. All you have to do is that. Of course, there's criteria, but just like anything else. But call them and find out. There's 15 new counties now in Central Arkansas that are in the Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union family, and all you have to do is go to acfcu.org. And check and see if you qualify.
Someone said, I talked about.
Yes, Steve Brown will be on time. He's listening. Thank you, Steve.
snapping the Bazzel jinx. And someone said, well, it's because your dad was with you. You know, that may be true. That's not a bad idea.
Nobody's complaining.
This one said, thanks, Baz, for letting us know that Justin may be in the bathroom. Listen, when we're talking to Justin, he's not there. I just presume maybe he's got to take with the kids. Maybe he has to go to the bathroom. I don't know. At top of the hour, you remember when I said I was talking about this weekend? Right, Justin? There was just dead silence, and so you're either working with the kids, using the bathroom, or getting a bite to eat. Something I don't know, but that's. I did say you're probably
guys.
using the bathroom.
I have 4 kids, so I have to.
Well, it was 9 o'clock, aren't they? Yeah, aren't they in school by then, or no?
Well, maybe. Maybe I'm in the restroom.
That's what I said. That's what I presume.
We got shirt. Let me tell you something. For folks that have been bagging on me, they have a medium shirt that they gave me to wear, which tells you what. They have folks around here who wear medium shirts.
Yes.
And to let everybody know, you don't have to be a big old boy to be a fireman or a firewoman because they need guys my size.
Yeah,
guys Justin Moore's size to get in the attic.
Well, the thing
you're on the truck.
No,
I'm in the attic.
Yeah, they don't want the big guys.
You don't have to have the big guys
because the big guys struggle to be able to do things fast. And
that's
there might be some freak athletes out there.
It's a tunnel rat. You got to have a smaller frame to get through some of the stuff. And of course, us little guys in stature, we make no bones about it.
Well, it was a remarkable experience.
Yeah, sometimes I got a Duke. Sorry.
That's right, you do. I think we've got is Alyssa.
Sorry,
is Alyssa Orange
is here
in studio, Justin. By the way, welcome to that, Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
two interesting segments for Alyssa yesterday with Andy Pearson and then today with Justin.
And I sent Andy a Pearson and Alyssa, not that you asked for it, but Andy felt really awkward to Josh as well. He apologizes for any
Thank you.
For haste
It was
makes
all
waste.
good. I know that he meant well with what he was trying to ask me. It just kind of maybe came off a little different.
Well, I think he did. I have no reason to doubt that.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good for you. And I'll do the same until we find out something different.
Josh, how do you feel?
I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. My ongoing feud with TV personalities here continues.
Yes, continues.
So you can add Steve Sullivan and Andy Pearson. Those are my two favorite people.
If I see a truckload of lime being delivered to Andy's house, then I'll get a little concerned. But right now, he apologized, and Alyssa, thanks for accepting that.
What's happening on the zone today?
All right, so do you know who it is? I have. All right, so I have the list. So this is how the show works for me. Baz tells me who's on, and I say, oh, that's fun. So you all will be talking with Jordan Wicks, I believe, to start off
he's
the
with
show.
the Iowa Cubs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where Connor Nolan is, right?
I'm not
think
sure
so.
about that.
Okay.
Thanks to Crane Buick GMC of Conway. Pat Bradley, thanks to River City Flooring, is coming on. Red and White Report, thanks to UAMS. Ortho Now. Bluebell is bringing by some ice cream. And it looks like Eli Craner's coming up as well. Entertainment Report, sponsored by Bell and Sword. And then I think Susan Irwin's coming by to preview the weekend coming up, thanks to Willie D's. Birthday trivia brought to you by Brewskis. There you go. Boom. That's the zone.
Also,
Alyssa, DJ,
that
and
sounds like a
Christian.
lot of fun.
Yeah, you'll have fun today.
Oh, yeah,
Terry
DJ's
DeWitt
supposed to be
said,
back.
can you guys mention today is a state high school track meet across the state. Prescott Curly Wolves are hosting 3.
Oh.
Always love that. Did pretty good back in my day.
Yeah, you did, shot putter.
58 feet 2 inches.
You did all right, pal.
Got
you
second.
did all right. Well,
Roger, great
Bazzel,
stuff.
Great
Fun
job.
Yeah,
Captain
Engineer
Bazzel.
Scott, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Russellville, Arkansas Central Fire Station.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
God
Appreciate
bless
you guys. You guys are
God
the
bless
best.
you. God bless all of our firemen and women out there as well.
All right, boys, we'll be back in the studio tomorrow.
No, we won't. We'll be
that's right. Thursday.
Good job,
That's right.
guys.
Thank you. All right, Zozo. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Thanks, Justin. Zozo's up next.
Fun. Conway and Russellville have great rebates going on now for your pool with Pool Life and Bockwitz Hill Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Spa Chemicals and Frog Systems. That's what I use in my spa. Live a life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Rainy days are great, unless your gut